did she raise the rent? Because you said it was going to go back to normal. I don't remember it being that high.
Well, then Justice moved out.
But yeah, even before Justice moved in, it wasn't that high.
She raised like another $120.
At that point, I'd rather just like get like a private room.
Yeah, you should.
Makes no fucking sense.
Did you renew?
I haven't renewed yet because I was like, I want to see. It's like, so you're. I want to like. I want to point out to her that she's raising the rent.
Well, she did say that.
She said she was returning to the prices before we had 3 people in the room.
What was? I don't remember what they were.
That's why I want to double check because in Death Valley I literally had no internet service. I had like cell service.
You look like a man with no internet service.
Oh god, you see my hair right now? I haven't showered in 4 days. I mean, look at me. You get the fucking.
Yeah, you probably should text her. I guess.
I'm gonna go through like the records on my banking app first, just to like double check, because like right now it's gonna be like what, 700? That's what Desmond pays.
No, mine was 650, 325.
325. I mean that's.
And if you split it in half, it was 375 on Airbnb. If you split it in half, so it's basically like
just shy of 700.
Yes.
You can round up to 700 from that.
So you think that she shafted us and she's trying to like sneak in?
Look at this place. Does she ever not shaft us?
It was a pretty nice place.
I mean,
I'm totally happy. Yeah, she's a little weird, but she's a little strange. Our landlady's a little strange, but it's a nice place.
She took all of her unracks out of spite.
For spite.
I mean,
she walked in unannounced.
Took them.
Took all of her unracks because you shut. That's mine, Desmond. Fuck off.
Should we have some?
You can have any of the Charles Shaw. The pessimist bottle is mine.
We're breaking open some wine.
Fuck it, yeah.
Did you get? Was this coming like a variety pack or something?
No, it's $2 Chuck. Well, $2.99, but
what's $2 Chuck?
Charles Shaw is a wine brand you can get at Trader Joe's.
$2 Chuck.
That's the nickname for it, $2 Chuck, because it's like.
Should we do the white Zinfandel?
Yeah, sure.
That's for the ladies, bro. You can't.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
It doesn't matter, Desmond.
when I first saw that, I opened it, and I'm like, a wine for every occasion, and I went, and for the ladies, white Zinfandel.
Is it because it's pink?
No, I don't know. Don't girls like white wine? White Zinfandel.
It's a pink wine, not a white wine.
Rosé.
Damn, is there a fucking corkscrew? Where's Gabe?
So tell me about Death Valley.
Yeah.
What was it like camping up there?
It was way windier than I was expecting.
Bro.
Like, we actually, like, left our first campsite and we went to a different campsite just because we were trying to get, like, the wind to die down.
Yeah, it was pretty windy when I was in the valley, too.
Yeah, no, like the second campsite, it was better just because, like, it was a little less windy, but we didn't have as much, like, trees, like, protecting us.
Do you have a corkscrew?
No.
How are you planning on opening that?
Borrow Gabe's.
Is Gabe here?
Yeah, he was just here.
Isn't there one in that drawer?
I don't think so. No, I checked.
What if she threw that away?
Threw away the corkscrew.
She's throwing away so much random shit.
Yeah.
So is it just like desert out there?
Desert, there's like
Total desert.
Alright, I'm gonna go ask Gabe.
there are like features of the desert. There's like this crater out there that was actually caused by like this natural geyser erupting 2,000 years ago. And I walked around that. It was called Ubi crater. Went on a hike around that. Then there's a bunch of shit that we did.
It was just you and your friends?
Yeah. It was like my brother and his friends.
Oh.
I was like the younger brother who was like forced to tag along. I mean, I know his friends. It was just, you know, an opportunity to go towards the death.
You made breakfast burrito stuff, by the way.
Oh,
if you
cool.
wanted food.
I literally had breakfast burritos in Barstow right before I came here. You see, that, like, if anything, like, the wind was the most annoying thing about it, but honestly, like, looking at all the geography, there was the Devil's Golf, whatever.
The Devil's Golf Course.
Devil's Golf Course, that's it.
Is that? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's what it's called. Devil's Golf Course, which
What?
is just
Really?
a bunch of salt deposits on the ground.
But
There
is golf course.
Yeah, there was Natural Bridge, which is just what it sounds like, Natural Bridge, but it's right between like these. You walk in like this path that's like between these two tall kind of cliff sides. So it was kind of like you seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
Yeah.
You know how like at the end of that where like the Holy Grail actually is, they pass through like these like into like this kind of cavern area.
Yeah.
And these giant walls, kind of like Petra. It was like that. It was like really cool. And then we climbed up, like we just kind of freestyle rock climbed to get up and on top of the Natural Bridge.
Whoa. Was it hard? Like you like literally like
No.
how far did you climb? Isn't it different? There's climbing and there's like scuttling or something, right? When you go up a rock formation.
There was a little bit of it was a bit of a mix. The problem is though I don't think we were supposed to be up there because as we like when we got up there, there are people who like walk underneath it and through it and everything and just keep going along the path. When we were up there, because like of our feet and everything, we kept on accidentally pushing down a bunch of rocks.
Oh no!
And my brother was yelling at the rest of us to like not to not go up there and not like push the rocks off.
Don't kill them.
He was basically keeping a lookout for
Kill
us.
someone.
Yeah. I don't know. I was worried about that. I was just like, I just have my hands in the air. It's like I'm not moving. I'm not doing anything. It's not me. If someone dies, it's not my fault.
Well, everyone else is doing it. You might as well just fucking do it.
No. I mean,
Kill people in Death Valley.
I mean, it's in the name, sir. If there's no place to kill someone, it's gonna be Death Valley.
I mean, if you're gonna be there, you're gonna be guilty by association anyway. You might as well just fucking push a rock or two. Just rocks.
Were there any weird animals out there?
Actually, there were. So, I actually have a story. So, I encountered 3 animals. One, not actually in Death Valley. We stopped for gas in Baker, and there was just this stray puppy that we fed some chicken from one of my friend's salads. And we were like, I was like tempted to just like take the puppy, and then they were just like, oh, I probably didn't want to come camping with us. I was like, it's a stray puppy. But no one in the back, I was driving, so no one in the back wanted to hold him in case he peed on them.
What kind of dog was it?
It looked like,
I got eaten by a rattlesnake.
I mean, it was like a sizable dog. I mean, it looked
Desmond,
like,
open that wine, Desmond.
Like a baby lab, maybe? Yeah. Like a lab mix.
Beautiful.
Like a black lab mix.
I have that. It's the recording thing. The recording level spiked when you went. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You found a dog.
Yeah, that was our first animal. Then the second animal. So we went out to this. We were going to look for this one other campsite that was supposed to be in the mountains, so it wasn't going to be windy at all.
Okay.
We found it. It was way too far out. Night was falling. We were running out of gas, and we were just like started heading through these like fucking Cannibal Valley or whatever. Because it looked like an area where like it just gave me deliverance vibes. It gave me Bone Tomahawk deliverance vibes. That like I'm just like if someone were to ambush us right here, we would be dead. We would be so fucked. And I had to and then I noticed like a pile of like manure. Like I recognized it kind of like horse like droppings. And so, like, I slowed down a lot more than, like, I would have for, like, how we were going through the cavern. Come on, man.
Oh, shit. It's okay. Go ahead.
And then, all of a sudden, we're just face to face with this other, I believe it was a donkey.
Washed out.
Just, like, on the road, just facing us. And he just, like, we put down the window. He just, like, checked us out. And he just kept on walking. And then, come on, Desmond.
Turn the fucking sink off.
God damn it, Desmond. What are you doing, Desmond?
Turn off the sink.
What are you doing?
Okay. Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay. So counter this.
It smells like sponge now. The cup smells like sponge. All right, go ahead.
This is why I drink.
I'll take this one.
What the fuck is the cup supposed
For those of you just
like?
listening in, I am pouring myself a very, very tall glass of wine.
The glass smelled like sponge, Desmond. All right, I'm sorry. Go back to the. We were in the middle of a great story, but a donkey.
It does smell.
It smelled like sponge. It's disgusting.
Just use this cup.
I will. your story. We interrupted this. That's good.
Here,
Why did you turn it like that?
So it doesn't drip down the side.
Wow. Renaissance man. Okay. You met a donkey.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, we encountered the donkey, and I was like, after like kind of just like he just looked at us.
Donkey?
Yeah, just a straight gray donkey.
Desmond, come over here.
And so he just kind of like looked at us in the car, just like checked us out, and then he was just like, and
A
then just
stray
kept on walking.
donkey?
Just a stray donkey. And then my friend like got out of the car because he was going to try to feed him carrots. But the donkey disappeared as soon as like he got out of the car and looked up. I saw in the rearview mirror he just started climbing up near like 90-degree vertical up a mountain.
Whoa.
But it was kind of funny how he just disappeared like that, just straight up the mountain.
Spirit animal or something.
But apparently, they used to use
Protector of Death Valley.
mules in Death Valley back
Protector
in like the
of
late
Death Valley.
1800s. There's even this canyon called 20 Mule Canyon, which is like another one being hiked. But I think that one was just a donkey, not a mule. So,
What's the difference?
so a mule is a cross between a donkey and a horse.
Oh.
I think they're supposed to be a little more temperamental than donkeys, and they're supposed to be stronger than donkeys as well. But I don't believe they can breed.
Yeah, they can. You can't make two mules
Whoa.
make mule babies.
So that's weird. So they're like infertile.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like ligers.
Oh.
But the thing is,
Fertile.
they're strong and they're more level-headed, so they like to use those more than donkeys for labor.
Weird.
Telling me to wild
And
donkey.
then our third animal, it was actually last night. We were like cooking dinner and everything, and I don't know if it's like its actual name, but it was like a kangaroo mouse. It's one of those like
What?
things that you encounter in the wild. You forget that they exist because you've only seen a picture of them online. All of us were in scouts too, but like
Kangaroo.
so,
What
like,
the hell's a kangaroo mouse?
it's
I know what
just
you're talking about.
it's a desert mouse with a super
The
long
big
tail
feet.
and a little tuft on
Big
it,
feet.
has bigger feet, and it just jumps around like a kangaroo. And it was a cool guy. I mean, he wasn't really scared of us at all. He was like, I was actually afraid to like step on it because he just kept on passing it right under my feet.
Oh,
But he
dude,
was
that's
chill.
mystical, bro.
Yeah, no, he
That's
was
very
chill.
mystical.
He was the homie. And each of these animals that we encountered, we at least tried to feed. We gave the stray puppy, some chicken. We tried to give the mysterious spirit donkey some carrots, and then we tried to give my little kangaroo mouse Pokemon some crackers, which he ate.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Weird.
That's
You had a
fucking
mystical experience. You get like drunk. Like when you were shit faced, what were you thinking?
I actually didn't get drunk. So before we went out, we got like the thing is, people I was with, they go to bed like kind of early. They go to bed at like 9, 10 p.m.
We go to bed at 9 or 10 p.m.
Because y'all are pussies.
You're in your room at 6:30 and don't leave until 1 p.m. the next day.
Yes. Doesn't mean I'm sleeping.
I mean, okay, fair enough.
They actually go to sleep.
You're kind of sleeping.
Well, did they want to wake up early or something? Or
That's the thing. I don't really know.
maybe they just slept with the sun, like nature, you know? They just slept with the stars, you know? Like sun goes down, you're naturally...
Hold on,
nature.
Desmond. What the fuck's going on with your hair?
I noticed that.
You know, haircut.
Desmond, your afro has turned into like you moved it up into a pompadour.
You see the racer head?
Yeah, you look like a racer head.
Thank you. Who the fuck is a Eraserhead?
Don't worry about it.
It's a movie, but it sounds like a racial slur. But it's a movie. It's like a white guy with
I'm
crazy
gonna get a
hair.
haircut soon.
You should do the Kid and Play and just shave off the sides and keep like the top.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Imagine
on the
your
floor.
Amazon guy comes to your door. And
Looking like Kid and Play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Which one had the hairdo, Kid or Play?
I don't know.
Or
I've
are they
only
both?
seen them. I've never...
Well, which one is Kid? Which one is Play?
Play has to be the one with hair, right?
But then there's the black one. He's the white one. That was the whole gimmick. The black guy looks normal, and the white guy has the goofy hair this time. That's normal.
Classic.
Classic.
Fucking classic.
That's the marketing tool.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like to
And they-
sleep out under the stars?
I mean, I was...
Bug in the face. You brought it from Death Valley.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh.
We were all Boy Scouts, so I mean, we had done it before, but I feel like being in the city, you just forget how many stars there are. Like, you remember, like, oh yeah, I remember seeing so many stars when I was out there, but when you go out there and you look up and you see everything, it's completely different. Because there's like, even in like the black spaces between stars, you can see like glimpses of even tinier stars. I see like constellations I fucking forgot existed. You know?
Now, did you get touched in the Boy Scouts?
I did the touching.
Okay.
My scout leader was just like, just keep your hands to yourself. And I was just like, come here, little bitch.
to the scoutmaster. How scary would that be? You were a scoutmaster, just a normal scoutmaster, and the kid wants to rape you.
Yeah.
That's like Ari Aster stuff. Like you showed me that short film.
Right.
The student film.
So you know how you watched the movie Hereditary?
Yeah.
The guy made like a student film before that, and it was like this well-to-do black family, and the son is like raping the dad. He's like sucking his dick, and forcefully, and the dad's like, oh, and it's like this like really weird fucking movie. Yeah, that's what you did to the Scoutmaster.
I'd like to go on record that I have not been touched and I have not touched anyone.
Did you ever use your scout?
Oh, although I did find out that my brother's scout leader is the uncle of Olivia Rodrigo.
She's
She's
pop
a
star?
singer. Yeah, the pop star.
Cool.
Olivia Rodrigo's uncle molested your cousin? What? Wait, what? How did he know?
That
He
was
just knows?
that was just like one of our scout leaders or whatever.
Cool.
That's weird. Small world, but you live in California, so like.
Yeah, I mean, like I have dinner with Brad Pitt every other weekend. Right?
One of my old coworkers was like friends with the Hogan family.
Hulk
It
Hogan.
was just, yeah.
It's like the least cool celebrity family to be friends with.
They just hung out.
That's not a flex.
I don't know. It's small world. Dude.
Hanging out with Hulk Hogan
I thought it
today.
was pretty fucking cool, right? Fuck you guys. Right? I mean, it's like an American icon.
Let's
It's
snort
like
some
Hulk
Vicodin,
Hogan.
brother. I don't know, Hulk. I don't know, Hulkster. I snorted a lot of Vicodin today with you already. Come on, Hulkster. Come on, brother. Let's just do a couple more lines, brother.
He's a real California, bro. He knows how to party.
He looks like a real Californian.
It's probably because he knows Desmond's family. He thinks like he has the N-word pass.
Desmond told me this morning that he was Ulysses S. Grant's uncle, nephew, great-grandson.
Grandson.
But he says it didn't turn up on
Ancestry.
Ancestry.com.
The thing is, looking at you and knowing from heart, don't ask, that what Ulysses S. Grant looks like, I mean, I see the resemblance, actually.
But it wouldn't
He's
come
like-
up on
he's
his
just like-
Ancestry.com profile.
He's the black ginger version of Ulysses S.
I
Grant.
think it would come up on Ancestry.com because there's plenty of people who are also related to him, and so they've probably done it too, right?
The thing is, someone from your line has to, insert that information. Because, I mean, on my family trees, there are tons of just, random, siblings that we didn't bother filling out the line because who gives a fuck about that sibling after, 3 generations.
I mean,
Do you care
That's a good
who
point, man.
your
He makes a good point.
Great uncle's children are?
I don't care who my grandpa was.
You don't care who your parents
I
are.
don't care who my parents
You don't
are.
care who you are, Chris.
I barely care who I am, so
You don't
no.
know who you are.
It's hard-
Ever since you took mushrooms, you haven't been able to see clearly. Every time you look in the mirror, it's just weird geometrical shapes.
It's not the mushrooms, it's this hash ball. I've been smoking these hash balls for 2 weeks, and I'm starting to not know what's happening. What's real. I do know what's real. I'd like to go on record to say I know what's real.
Chris, we believe you. Can you just put some clothes on?
That'd be funny. To the whole, that's the joke. They can't see it. Oh, that's the joke. Naked.
I'd like to
behind
go on
the wheel.
record that Chris has no clothes.
Naked behind the wheel of the podcast. Have you ever had to use your scout skills for anything? Were you a scout? I know a lot of scouts.
I mean, not in a life or death situation, but I mean,
My parents won't let me do it.
Why?
I know
They
basic.
don't want to pay for it.
That's fair.
I know basic first aid. I mean, setting up camp, getting supplies, all that stuff together. We just know how to do.
You know, tie knots and
But
shit.
yeah,
Nice.
but at the same time, it's I don't think I've ever been in a life or death situation against nature.
They teach you how to tame a horse.
No, but
horse, like in Red Dead.
not like a wild horse, but I've ridden tons of horses.
Whoa, you've ridden a horse?
Several.
Really?
I once rode a horse that was actually named Don Miguel, and my name is Miguel.
That was probably
your father. Does that mean
your dad.
Don Miguel.
Your dad is a horse.
So Don in Spanish just means sir.
Sir
So
horse.
that means Sir Miguel.
I feel like the last Sir Miguel in Mexico was kind of like not good, like conqueror dude, like 200 years ago. His name was Sir Miguel. He like
I think
decapitated.
they were conquering anyone 200 years ago, but there actually is. There's never been a Miguel king of Spain, but there was King Miguel of Portugal, and his Portugal kind of got rid of their monarchy, and one of the lines claiming that they're the legitimate kings of Portugal. They're called the Miguelist or Miguelian line.
It's like Magellan or something?
No, Miguel. It's because it's named after their kind of last king that they said oh yeah, it's because we're descended from this guy, and his name was King Miguel.
I don't like Chris.
Why not?
I don't know. Something about him.
Your full name's Christopher?
Yeah. It means
cool.
Christ bear, like bearer of the cross. I don't know. I don't like it. It's too common. When I grew up, there was always another Chris in the class,
Yeah, probably.
which was unfortunate.
I've never met anyone of my name.
Desmond.
Ever.
I've only met a few Miguels. Well, whenever I meet a Miguel, we're always hyped.
Dude, I'd be
We're
so
always
fucking
Gago, and it's
I'm
just
so happy messing with my name. Because I've
Yeah,
never
another
met him
Desmond.
before. Yeah, dude. Probably fucking best friends.
It's a cool, interesting name.
It's unique.
I'm just saying, I've met a few Desmonds. I've never liked not one of them.
Is Desmond a black name?
I think it's Irish or something.
Irish.
It sounds Irish.
Desmond.
So, only reason I say it's Irish is because...
Des
first of all,
Bryant. Is Des Bryant a Desmond, or
first
is
of
he
all,
just a Des?
Desmond Tutu, right?
Desmond Tutu
African.
is straight up
Yeah.
African. But that's an English-ass name, right?
I guess so. Well, South Africans,
They're English.
they had the little...
Their name's like Charles Wakandi, and it's Charles didn't come from Africa.
In Lost, the guy in the hole's name is Desmond. It's a white guy named Desmond.
Who's the guy in the hole?
I think he's some Irish guy.
Why is he in a hole?
You watched Lost?
Fuck you, dude. Yeah. You haven't watched Lost, bro?
I haven't watched Lost. That was really popular 20 years ago.
Yeah. It was a very long-running show.
I heard the thing about that show is J.J. Abrams set up so much stuff, but he wasn't able to deliver on any of it.
Like Game of Thrones.
Well, Game of Thrones, they just picked the worst possible choices for the last season. But it started falling apart because these showrunners, I agree with the statement that they're good at adapting a source material, but they're not good at creating their own. Because once they started running out of stuff, you can even see in season 5, they didn't adapt the Dorne storyline, and that
They made
storyline
it
was
up.
shit. Yeah. And the thing is, it's because they didn't want to include this many more characters, or whatever. But I'm just you actually could have just inserted some characters, you don't have to make new characters. You can use existing characters to fill up those gaps.
Well, it'd be like if you were reading a book and halfway through the book, the author was different. And it's well, this book isn't very good
I
anymore.
mean, really, kind of.
Then just add some mythical beasts, bro, and you have me, just add a mythical beast in there,
It's a good move.
You're excited for, what is it called, House of the Dragon? The
I
Game of Thrones
remember
prequel?
when that was
Sure.
happening. Remember when Game of Thrones first came out and then the season ended with the dragons are real and everyone was shitting their pants?
Yeah, dude. It's cool.
People were like,
It's cool.
dragons are
It's
real.
great.
It feels like
Fire
most of
breathing.
the season endings always ended with the dragon doing something.
Should add a sea monster.
Yeah, I'll be down with
Like
this.
a Waterworld TV show.
I
People
don't
live on the
hate
water.
Waterworld. Most people seem to just kind of hate it.
Never seen Waterworld.
I thought it was a fun movie when I was a kid.
I saw it on TV. I probably saw it for 10 minutes or so, and it was just total fucking absolute garbage.
It's wild
couldn't
shit.
fucking- It was horrible. It looked bad. I may have to watch it again, but it looked bad. I think the acting was fucking horrible too. They're on rafts and shit.
Yeah, no, it was a completely different. That's probably one of the things I'd never seen anything like this. I was what the fuck is going? That guy has gills for some reason.
I agree.
What is going on?
Yeah, I haven't
And
seen
because
it
of that,
either.
I was captivated by it because of that.
I think Kevin Costner's a terrible actor.
I mean, what has he really done?
I watched The Untouchables recently, the Al Capone movie. He's
Yeah.
he was Elliot Ness.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good. It's a good movie, but he was just very monotone. My name's Elliot Ness.
Well, isn't he supposed to be the boring police guy or
But in
whatever?
every single movie, he's the boring police guy.
Yeah.
When he's a
Dancing with Wolves.
Post-apocalyptic adventurer or a cowboy. He's always the boring
Post-apocalyptic postman.
Post-octopusalyptic. Post-octolyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
That's a James Bond movie. For sure.
Octopussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the new James Bond movie?
No.
I haven't seen it yet.
I really like James Bond.
No spoilers.
I like James Bond, but it's like dumbed down British propaganda, right? It's like, Bond, you have to stop this Russian oil tycoon. Da-na-na. He's like blown up an embassy in like Africa. We did it, Bond. My friend and I were joking about I don't remember what it was. Oh, it was about we just watched the movie Spencer with Princess Diana, the Princess Diana movie, and we were joking about James Bond. And you were joking about how the new James Bond movie should be all about how he like orchestrated killing Princess Diana. The whole movie's like MI6. Your mission is to kill Princess Diana. It's like really like it's in a good light. So we got to get rid of her, Bond. She's a national security threat.
I would actually watch that movie. Not like a serious James Bond movie, but like...
No, it's serious.
No, I can't do that. But
Oh, it's 100% serious.
I can't do it as like that, but I mean, I could do it as like a kind of fucked up...
He's like, take us out of here, driver. James Bond turns around. Da-da-da. He rolls out of the car and it just like hits a wall and explodes. She's like, you're not my driver? What I'm saying is I think that James Bond killed Princess Diana.
Yes, we got that. I don't get why so many people love Princess Diana.
Because she
It's
was...
relatable, bro.
Because she wasn't a rich weirdo. She was just a normal person, and then she became a rich weirdo, and she didn't really like that. She was a girl who thought she was a dumb person who thought being a princess would be cool, and then she realized that being a princess sucks really bad.
Because you gotta actually be a princess, and she wasn't a princess. Also, she had a shitty husband.
Yeah, that was the thing. Somebody said recently, Alec Baldwin? I don't know who the fuck it was. Somebody said Prince Charles tried to like shove him in a river. I forget what celebrity it was. He's like, yeah, Prince Charles tried to shove me in a river after like hitting on Camilla or something. Didn't he got all his titles stripped away? Or Prince Andrew?
It was Prince Andrew because of his association
molesting
with
the kids, Jeffrey Epstein.
The Jeffrey Epstein thing, yeah.
But what's been proven, like...
Yeah, that's nothing, right?
Rich people hung out with rich people, but one of them turned out to be a pedophile.
Right.
That's all that's been proven. So I don't know why everyone's already trying to crucify everyone on that list, because rich people hang out with each other. We know this.
You know that.
But I mean, I fully support investigations into everyone they mentioned, including people that we love, like Tom Hanks.
We can't investigate a billionaire.
Hey, of course you can. That's the point of government. If the government doesn't, then government has failed.
But it was like two former
Grab your
presidents.
rifles, boys.
It was two former presidents that were there. It's like the government is... We probably run the Epstein thing. Like, that's the whole conspiracy theory, right? That it's a Mossad, CIA honeypot where you entrap rich people.
Bohemian Grove thing.
I don't think that's connected, but I
mean, it's basically the same thing, isn't it? It's
the
just a
Bohemian
collection
Grove is
of...
Illuminati.
No, Bohemian Grove is just a meeting of some of the richest and most powerful people in the world.
But it's not a honeypot. Like, I think the CIA thinks a honeypot.
I mean, it could be both. That's the thing.
Like an Illuminati honeypot?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Why not?
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
The Illuminati? I mean, I don't necessarily believe there's an organization out there that calls itself the Illuminati that does what we think it does. But I'm sure there are organizations out there that call themselves the Illuminati. I'm sure there's secret organizations out there that do things we think the Illuminati does.
That's true.
But at the same time, think about how easy it is for rich people to create conspiracies. All it really has to come down to is like 3 rich people in a room saying, hey, let's do this to make more money. And that itself becomes a conspiracy, because almost always it's at the expense of, lower class people.
That's what fruit seems like. Fruit seems like a really healthy thing to eat and whatever. But really what it is like major corporations own like slave plantations where they grow fruit and then they convince you that it's healthy and they want you to eat it, right?
It also tastes good.
It also tastes good, but it's like it's like those Dole Wars. They had like
peach smoothie,
major companies like
banana
kill people.
split.
No, they're delicious, of course, but
Well, I mean, you guys remember the food pyramid from school? That was propaganda. That was propaganda to make more money, to have those people.
those got milk things, bro.
Yeah,
I can't even drink milk.
Those were all
Like my family can't even drink milk. It's like, got milk? It's like, I don't really want milk.
And they made us think that, this is how we should eat, we should drink more milk, and that would be healthy for us. But no, it's for them to sell more of these food products.
Right.
The thing is, it became fucked up when, the government was sponsoring it and putting it in our schools.
Right. It also became fucked up when they got the American Heart Association to just demonize fat and stuff.
Yeah, fat's bad for you.
I mean, the thing is, we can go on like
cholesterol's bad.
Yeah, but I think with the real thing is like they did studies where like it was bad for you, but when you isolate them, like if you're not eating,
do you know you live longer if you don't eat meat?
Supposedly,
you live longer.
The thing is, I don't believe that because if I stop eating meat, I'm 100% gonna kill myself.
Yeah, I would stop eating. Yeah. There's a thing called mTOR. That's like some weird like enzyme or protein or whatever, some gene switch or whatever. And if you eat meat, the theory is like meat makes you like a happier and better and more fertile and more lively, but you'll die quicker.
Your podcast always just get into conspiracies.
Well, this isn't that was just interesting. I mean, you said.
Well, no, yeah, but I just have a feeling like it does.
Well, it's fun to talk about.
But does it?
I mean, what else would you rather talk about?
We can talk about anything, but I'm not judging. I'm just like wondering.
The first 40 minutes we talked about like why America was founded and
talked about
like
colonizing
the moon. I mean, conspiracies are fun.
I'm just wondering about your theme.
I called Dylan an anti-Semite and he wanted me to scrub the last 40 minutes of the other podcast. My theme is to have fun, to just talk, but I won't call you an anti-Semite. Because now I know that makes people very unhappy.
Well, yeah, because you're putting this out there beginning, so
You live and you learn.
Yeah, you have to worry about like trigger words and things that would get like other people canceled.
Well, no, nobody's gonna listen to this fucking podcast, man.
Yeah,
nobody's listening to this. This is for fun.
Nobody's
listening to this. Dylan's like, maybe we should think about plan it out. It's like I just smoked a bunch of weed. I don't want to plan anything out.
I like that. I like the plan.
Plan's done. What do you want? Today let's address. We're addressing economy in East Africa. Desmond,
if you're having daily or weekly podcasts, then you want talking points to keep. If it's not just slice of life types.
Joe Rogan's the most successful podcast in the world, and he doesn't do anything besides smoke weed and talk to funny people.
Well, that's
he brings on specific people to talk about specific things.
He has different.
You're here, Desmond. You are my resident expert on international affairs.
Okay. From
the BBC.
Well, ask me a fucking question then.
Miguel, you've been working in the Saudi petroleum industry for 40 years now, so you're like. You're our like Middle Eastern correspondent. This is an official news program, gents, and we fully support the invasion of Ukraine and encourage it. As you've been saying all week.
As your foreign correspondent,
you've been saying that all week, man.
As your foreign correspondent, I don't think.
What do you think about that? You're a fucking national security guy and interested in that history and shit. What do you think?
Politics and shit.
The thing is, I can't comment on that because I am going into this field and...
You have Russian money seeping into your pants.
Well, he wants an RT job, Yeah. And you say bad things.
You don't understand.
RT? RT! Oh, that's true.
Like the government, when they go into like higher levels, they will conduct a background check. And they will listen to this. I'm just 100%
But our country is fully in support of the invasion also.
I think our country is fully in support of American success and idealism. And that's about it. I think we're like more like a Krispy Kreme country, We're just more of like a...
What do you explain what that
Don't
is?
touch our Krispy Kreme,
We're a Krispy Kreme country.
Yeah.
Like superficial and sweet.
Well, you guys remember this is another conspiracy theory for you guys. The fucking McDonald's theory. If a country has a McDonald's in it, it's not going to get invaded.
I bet Ukraine has a McDonald's.
I bet they don't.
That's the way
that's
the way we save Ukraine, by opening McDonald's in
Yes.
You'd look up.
Desmond,
Can you look up for me right now if Ukraine has a McDonald's?
Let's fucking.
The thing is, something I will want to talk about Ukraine is the fact that didn't we just reduce our staff at the Ukrainian embassy?
Oh yeah.
He told everyone to get out.
Oh yeah.
He said leave. He said we're not going to officially bail you out, but you should leave now.
Oh yeah.
See, and you have to take that as a sign that the U.S. is kind of just pulling out Ukraine, and they're going to let Russia kind of just take it.
And Germany's not helping either. They're one of the European countries that's not helping bring supplies and stuff.
They have 93 McDonald's in Ukraine.
Looks like your theory's debunked there, Desmond.
Well, the thing is, from
line,
Germany's
right?
perspective and everything, what's going to
happen.
happen is that
nothing
if they keep trying to supply things, they're just going to waste a lot of money in a losing proxy war against Russia.
That's a good point.
And
Pride gets in the way of pragmatism, I guess.
The only feasible way to stop the invasion of Ukraine is amassing U.S. troops at the Ukrainian border. If we want to put down a hard line saying Russia, you're not doing this, otherwise you're coming right at us.
We won't do that.
I think
the thing is,
I don't think Russia would do that. I think Russia would start a war over fucking Ukraine. But the U.S. No.
they would adjust their tactics.
They might give it another 20 years or something.
Yeah, it would do something like that.
That's the problem. We seem to get into these national security patterns where we do things to buy us 15, 20 years. And then in 15, 20 years, we're like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, but you assholes in the future have to deal with it.
Yeah, in 15, 20 years, President Ivanka is going to be just oh yeah, no, we got to get the troops out of Ukraine. It's a waste of money. We need to focus on Mars exploration anyway. And then all the troops get pulled out of Ukraine, and then within 6 months, or even less, Russia takes over Ukraine, just like the Taliban with Afghanistan, if you want to make modern comparisons. Even though I think the Ukrainian government would definitely put up a much harsher fight and continue guerrilla war against the Russian government.
We could just evade that entire thing we did and just not send troops there. Totally.
You want to let those Ukrainians die.
They're fucking. They have their own sovereignty. They're their own national country. Right.
The only reason every other European country can be that way is because they have NATO. All those Scandinavian countries you love so much, all their free healthcare and stuff, they only can do that because we give them humongous military bonuses.
I mean, can we really blame countries like Ukraine who have, tried to work with the West, and then us who try to see ourselves as America world police?
I think
they're an oligarchy, though.
The problem with Ukraine is that they decided to pick the West, and all that did was inflame things. They would probably not have gotten invaded if they kept up some Taiwan strategic ambiguity stuff. Instead, I'm pretty sure they would put all their eggs into the getting accepted into NATO basket, and they were wrong.
Well, the thing is, it was a lose-lose situation, because if they chose East or if they chose neutral, that just would have meant they have no friends when Russia wants them back.
Right. But now they're going to get them anyway. So
yeah,
obviously they chose wrong. They thought
the thing is, there was no right choice, and they chose what they thought would be best for them. And I mean, good on them for that.
I think the right choice was to give them NATO membership 20 years ago.
Well, I mean, that's not on Ukraine, though.
Well, it's on us.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, yeah.
Isn't it North Atlantic Treaty Organization?
Yes.
Also,
so that's basically.
The thing is,
but it's really called anti-Russian. It's really an anti-Russian.
Yes, and that's the point. The thing is, if we allowed Ukraine into NATO, that just would have pissed off Russia even more. I mean, that's how we got the Cuban Missile Crisis. Russia wasn't, Soviet Union wasn't just I'm just going to put, nukes in Cuba, just say fuck you, America, and all that shit. What happened is we were putting nukes in Turkey. We were arming up Turkey first.
That's right. That's a good point to remember. So always good to remember that, right?
Don't forget that from Russia's perspective, they're just playing defense right now.
Right. That's a good
them
point.
taking Ukraine is for their security, not for their
It's
ambition.
offensive still though.
Well, I mean, then you could argue that their mindset is the
Wait,
best
bro.
defense is good offense.
I gotta think. What do they even fucking want with Ukraine?
Warm water ports.
They're like,
It's the only warm water.
well, they have
area of
Crimea. Don't they already have Crimea?
That's what Crimea is.
Yeah,
they want the rest of it.
Just like the matching Gucci
yeah.
purse. With
Yeah,
shoes.
Ukraine. If they get Ukraine, that gives them an only warm water area in the whole country. Otherwise, it's the Baltics or like the ocean in Asia, which sucks.
Also, I mean, if you compare Ukraine to the eastern 3/4 of Russia, Ukraine is much more developed. It has a
Right, that's a
higher
good
population, which would boost Russia's population power.
Poor Ukraine, man.
It also pressures, other Eastern European nations into being more friendly towards Russia, because now that they share a closer border.
They're gonna fuck. It's gonna be crazy.
Damn, bro.
Soviet Union Part 2, but this time it's just one dude, just one dictator. We don't believe in communism. We're actually fairly capitalist, but we like this guy.
Vladimir Putin charging into Ukraine, shirtless on the back of a bear. That's what's coming.
Yeah. It's poor Ukrainians, man. Nazi occupation, the Holodomor, the starving, fucking
Well, Eastern Europe has been trapped in
Chernobyl. Yeah.
all of history.
It's a bad place.
So Mongols, the Ottomans.
It's a bad
I mean,
place.
That's one of my arguments against all white people are evil, colonists. It's like, no, Eastern Europe, they were the colonized.
They were pretty brutalized.
Yo,
Holocaust and all those like medieval wars and shit, starving, horrible communism.
even far back as the Huns during the time of the Roman Empire.
I mean, they're still strong. They're still here.
They're still here, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't make it out of that period.
Yeah.
Still crazy they're here. You wouldn't ever think of going to Hungary. But at one point in time, it was a crazy place, right? That was they had kings and shit and princes and people were Hungary, what a place. Now it's Hungary. What the fuck is in Hungary? Budapest? You go there to film a movie or go cheap
Drink
vacation.
alcohol and eat their chocolate.
Have rich people drill holes in your head for their entertainment, like a hostel.
Was that Hungary that took place?
I think, or maybe it's Czechoslovakia. I don't remember. You ever see the movie Hostel?
No.
I just remember it being vaguely somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Hostel, rich, white kids go on a backpack vacation in Eastern Europe, and they get picked up by these people, and they run this thing where rich people pay for how you get killed. One guy's oh no, in the first one they get to kill them. So they get brought into a room and the rich guy just drills a hole in the dude's head and he's talking to the other rich guys wow, that was you're right, this was fun.
Oh god.
That's what they do to you. I'm hungry. But yeah, they're fucked, man. It's such a shame. They're fucked in Ukraine. They're so fucked.
Fucked in Ukraine. Desmond, did you shoot a porno with that name?
Yes.
Desmond, Ukraine. Dude, that'd be a good porno name.
What the fuck was out the door?
That was Gabe. Dead air.
Dead air. Anyway, RIP Ukraine. We'll miss you.
I'll miss them.
You mean New Russia, right?
I thought a few years ago that I should go to Ukraine before they get invaded, and I thought that'll never happen. But I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to go out to Afghanistan. How do you think I feel?
Right.
Fucking bummer, dude.
I don't think I've ever been interested in going to Afghanistan. I've been interested in going to Iran.
Why?
I like seeing their cities, especially their older cities, their architecture. Plus, they have a nice beachfront on the Caspian Sea.
I don't want to go to Iran.
It would be fun.
If I was to go to the Middle East, I'd go to Israel, and that's about it.
I want to say something, but I'm afraid you're gonna call me Dylan. I mean,
I'd probably go to Egypt. To the pyramids.
No, Israel's the nicest Middle Eastern. Hey, Gabe. Gabe's back. Gabe, we're recording the podcast again. You keep walking into the podcast, Gabe.
Well, I mean, that's what it's like.
That's the nature of this podcast.
Yeah. Your obligatory Gabe cameo.
Gabe cameo.
Yeah, take a snap.
Take a snap, Gabe. Take a big old snap.
I don't really have any interest in traveling outside the United States, like at all, really.
Why?
I don't want to go. I think it's pretty cool here, dude. Like, you just go to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, but the point isn't that
Joshua Tree,
cool.
Death Valley.
The point isn't that other places are cooler. It's that you get a culture shock. You can't get that.
I mean,
I feel like you can get that in parts of the United
States.
States.
How much of a culture shock is it when you go to a city that's full of other tourists just like you?
Don't go to that place. Go to like the middle of Mongolia.
Go to where they went in Hostel. They were like the only American tourists there.
That's what they get you.
Yeah.
They recognize you from a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I go to the Grand Canyon. It's pretty. Fucking Mount Rushmore, bro.
Desmond, I feel
they
like
carved shit into a mountain. I mean,
I feel like you would be the guy who goes to like Germany with like an American baseball hat on.
Yeah. And
refuses to speak any German to anyone.
I don't know German.
Exactly.
I guess I'd try a little bit.
Guten Tag?
Guten Tag.
Yeah.
Just figure out the word for alcoholic beverage and beer. Chill. Do they call it beer over there?
I don't know. Beer?
They'll know though.
Yeah, they'll know.
Germans will know.
Beer. Frothenbiernen.
You want to get fucked up with me, man? Yeah, that's why I came.
Those Germans are our enemy again, dude. They're not helping with Ukraine. The Germans are back. Can't believe they did that.
I
know. I can believe it too.
All of German history.
Right.
Bro, you guys are freaking. They're autonomous nations with their own fucking problems and shit.
It's not even just like the modern German nation. It's honestly just, at this point, the German ethnicity. It's kind of what they do.
They're chill.
I mean,
Oktoberfest?
until they form a confederacy and cross the Rhine.
Right.
Until then.
I like German. I like Germany. I like German people.
So do I. I mean, I'm part German.
I just wish that they'd fucking... That's such a bullshit move to not help out with, like... They're not even letting other European nations go through their airspace with supplies. How fucked is that?
Well, they don't want to go to war with Russia, bro.
They're not going to war with Russia. They don't want to even help. Which is interesting.
They see how Russia's acting. Russia's, like, pretty...
aggressive.
Pretty,
Germany keeps bouncing back, I think, better than everyone expects.
That's definitely true. That people, we thought that Germany could be our puppet.
Bro, their essential dictator, like, retired, bro. Isn't that, like, cool?
Who?
Angela Merkel. Wasn't she just retired?
She wasn't a
The
dictator.
German chancellor?
She was...
She was pretty progressive.
She wasn't a dictator.
She could have essentially been elected forever, and she just retired, right? They didn't have term limits over there, right?
Really? I didn't know that. They definitely have term limits.
The thing that did concern me about Merkel, though, is that she was United States of Europe, which I don't like.
What do you mean?
Oh, like there are some political parties in the EU that support, the EU just becoming like the United States, just like formally just one country.
Well, Germany doesn't have to worry about that because
they control the EU.
They control the EU. Yeah.
Them and Belgium control the EU. England has always had like 1 foot in, 1 foot out because they like doing their own thing.
Well, now they're out.
And now they're out for good. Now that just leaves the Scotland question and the Northern Ireland question. But then there's also France, which is like, it's cool playing with the EU, but they also prefer their Francophone system.
What's that?
That's like, how we're cool in the Anglosphere, like all the former British colonies, all like, we're cool with Canada, Australia, England.
Right.
Basically any country that or language is dominant, the English, we're cool with. France wants to do the same as England. It's called a Francophone state.
Yeah, but like who? Let's say Africa.
Algeria, Senegal, they have territories all over, and they just like adding that. So they kind of like
Why?
they're trying to assemble their own squad because it gives them more power. It gives them, it's ally power.
Stronger economy.
Yeah, and
Diversify.
then those are like those are your little sidekick buddies that you help prop up, and then they help you.
Mm.
France is Batman. Senegal is, I would say, Damian Wayne. Algeria is more like
Senegal.
Algeria is
What?
There you
him.
have baguettes on Senegal.
Yeah, dude. African baguettes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know how
Really tastes
hard
better, too.
France
Spices
fought
and
for
shit.
Algeria to remain part of it, and not because France didn't consider Algeria a colony. Like when you stepped on Algerian soil,
was
like
like
when it was
France.
part of France, they considered it France. They're just like, Algeria, why do you want to be independent? You're not a country. You're France, and that's part of France's mindset. They are headstrong in their own thing.
Well, I just read that they were helping out in Mali, like trying to stop like terrorists in Mali,
Mhm.
but they were so horribly ineffective, just like the U.S. and Afghanistan, that now just the government is negotiating with Russian mercenaries because they do a way better job. Russian mercenaries come in and kill everybody, unlike the French soldiers are like hesitant and they're like, there are rules of war.
That's the thing is,
The Russian soldiers
I
just-
think they sent in actual French soldiers and not who they should have sent in, the French Foreign Legion.
They still
Because
have
that's
that?
just, yeah. That's just.
Where are they fighting now?
I would have to look it up, but I know they still have it.
They do still have it.
The Spanish actually have, they had a similar thing. It was the Spanish Foreign Legion, but the thing is, Spain doesn't like people who don't speak Spanish. So they're like, it's kind of like France and England. So Spain and Portugal have the Ibero-American Organization, which is basically them getting close to all their former colonies. Mexico always is like a dickhead. It's just like in the corner texting. But all the rest, I mean, they could honestly benefit more from Spain and Portugal's involvement. But they, like Spain, they have it like if you're from one of those countries, you have a much easier path to Spanish citizenship than from somewhere else because they see the hybrid culture, and so they're cool with bringing in people from Venezuela and Costa Rica into Spain.
That makes sense.
And so what happened with the Spanish Legion, Spanish Foreign Legion, they changed it into the Spanish Legion, where it's basically if you're from one of these places, you can join the Spanish Legion, and then it's easier
Well,
to
you
become a
can join
Spanish.
the French Foreign Legion too. You just join it.
Well, the thing is, you
Unless
can't
you
you can't necessarily be like French and join the Spanish Legion anymore. You can only be like Venezuelan, Argentinian, Chilean, because they're pulling only from their former colonies.
I guess that's pretty smart.
And yeah, it's a way to keep like their culture, because I think at this point they're cool with like this, because for them, in a sense, colonization was a success, in that they kind of assimilated all these other cultures. And sure, they have hybrid cultures, but the Spanish culture is prevalent.
It's the second most spoken language in our
things.
country. Seems like a success.
Yeah, and no, that's one of the things that like me and my brother always talked about. It was just like, we're of Hispanic descent, and we live in an area that's technically a former Spanish colony. Do you think we could argue with the Spanish government and say, hey, we should be able to join the Spanish Legion?
Hey man, this isn't fair.
Good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm not an American, man. I'm Spanish by blood.
No, I would straight up argue. It's like, oh, I'm not American, I'm Californian, or I'm not American, I'm New Mexican.
Yeah, man, definitely. I think they'd let you fucking join. You spoke Spanish, right?
I mean, I speak
Hola.
Spanish, but
Welcome aboard.
but like my father's side were from an area in New Mexico where they basically there's some up there who still don't speak English, despite having been technically United States in the United States territory now for like almost 200 years. Because they were too busy just fighting the Pueblo up there, Pueblo Indians, which I'm part of as well. But they won't let me in without a blood test that says I'm half Pueblo Indian, which I know I'm not half. I'm like an eighth.
Racists, man. Those guys.
I mean, I'm fine with it because I wasn't raised in any Pueblo.
You don't
culture.
look Pueblo Indian.
That's actually where I got my height from.
Indians are tall.
The Pueblos are. They're not like all the short little Aztecs. They're actually very tall.
You sure you didn't get it from a Spanish guy who raped your grandma?
So My great grandma was like majority Spanish. She was 4'11", and then her husband was majority. It was his father who was majority Pueblo Indian, and he was 6 feet tall.
Whoa.
So my Spanish side is actually very short.
Mm. What about you, Gabe? You Icelandic?
Obviously.
Like about your, I want to hear about your Norwegian heritage.
My Norwegian heritage. A lot of heavy metal.
How was surfing? Yeah, you heavy metal.
A lot of heavy metal.
How was surfing?
I haven't gone like in 3 weeks.
I think you just went.
No.
Oh, what have you been doing?
I took a nap.
Smoking weed, taking naps?
Yeah, I refrained myself from the second snap because it knocked me out the first time.
Did you go to hash snap?
Hash snap. It's too powerful. It's way too fucking. I need to stop smoking.
I'm not a smoker, so when you said the second snap, I was like, Thanos?
I hope that'll go away. I hope that doesn't culturally stick around. People remembering the Thanos and the snap in that movie. I hope that goes away.
I mean,
I
movies
hate
have
those
influenced culture like that before.
But what culture did it influence?
American culture.
But in what way?
Black.
Language.
Mean.
Yeah.
Language.
Sayings, things like that. So it's like before, like the snap.
Dude, I hate
After
those
the snap.
movies. I can't stand it, man. I wish
Yeah.
it never happened.
You're
They're
like,
so
Same.
stupid.
Yes.
I remember.
Okay, we'll get off the topic. We'll get off the topic of the prison.
I remember watching that movie, and Thanos does the snap, and they're like, "Oh my god, he did it!" And Thanos is like, "I did it. I'm done." And then like the next scene, he's like an interdimensional farmer in like a different world, and like, "Why'd you?" The Avengers come, like, "Why'd you do it, Thanos?" And he's like, "I just did it. I just wanted to do it." And then they kill him, and they do like this dumb time.
Yeah.
Halfway through the movie, he's just like a farmer. He's like, I killed everyone in the world. I'm happy to just be a interdimensional purple farmer.
He
He achieved his goal.
He achieved his goal and he
I just don't understand the goal.
The
The goal was to wipe out half of the galaxy or universe's population so that they wouldn't stop fighting over resources. Which, I mean, yeah, no, there's plenty of holes in that plan. He's crazy.
So he's a good guy?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the good guy. It's a
Okay.
tragic
Thanos was the
story.
good.
It's a tragic
Thanos was the
story.
good guy. Thor chopped his head off. Wow.
I mean, have you read
went
Norse
for that.
mythology? Thor is kind of bloodthirsty.
It'd be funnier if Thanos like did it for like
The lols.
like genocide reasons. No, he did it for the lols. But if he
Yeah.
did it for like ethnic reasons, he like wanted to wipe out.
Goodbye, Asians.
yeah. Right. He's like, oh no.
fucking hate sushi.
Thanos got rid of every person in Asia.
Because he was like a big dog lover and he heard the stereotype that Asians eat dogs, and he was just like, not on my watch.
You know, in Korea they still have the dog. In China they still in like
This is-
poor parts of China. In Korea they have the dog festival, which a lot of
in
young
China as well.
It's in Korea, but a lot of younger people don't like it. But they still have like the
Because
dog
I
festival.
know that there is one city in China that has like a dog festival as well, and like all the other cities like around them like are protesting it. And, like
Yeah, they don't like it.
yeah,
They actually
Not
eat
cool.
them at the end.
Yeah.
Eat the dogs.
Yep.
I don't think this would be controversial if they were just putting crowns on dogs.
Yeah. It's really
Maybe they do put the crown on the dog.
you can't judge people. You're like, you're eating an animal. How dare you? It's like it's bad to eat dogs,
Yeah.
but it's like, damn.
You ever hear of that one
Well, I mean, we
like
named
Japanese
dogs.
emperor or shogun? I think it was Tokugawa, who made it illegal to like harm animals. Like if you were caught like kicking a dog, you would be put to death.
There you go.
Cool.
Cool.
And the thing is, I mean, I'm kind of fine with that.
I'm not.
Cool. Fun. I mean, weird psychopaths kicking dogs.
I mean, if you're kicking a dog, something's wrong with you, and so maybe it's for the best.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, Gabe, tell us about your plans to join the Spanish Legion.
What the fuck?
I mean, you're wearing Barcelona shorts.
Yeah,
Sell the culture.
You have to give up your U.S. citizenship if you want to keep watching soccer.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Fantastic, dude.
Who are these people? And they're like super spies.
The Spanish Legion, it's like the French Foreign Legion. It's basically a bunch of people from like former Spanish colonies join this Spanish paramilitary group and are sent out like kind of like a first wave in some areas.
Okay.
So if Spain has beef with, let's say, give me a
But
random.
why would they send who to where? You said the Russian mercenaries?
No,
or-
it wouldn't be the. Like,
I
Spain,
know, but
It's just
trying to
kind
keep
of like
up, man.
it's just a more expendable infantry force. So you
Yeah.
guys do a little bit more of the dangerous missions that they'll send you on.
But like, let's just
They'll
say,
accept anyone's kind of thing.
they'll accept anyone.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
you have to
like,
be from a foreign Spanish-speaking country, and they put you through like a boot camp and everything. Also, they have some of the gayest outfits in the world. Google the Spanish Legion uniform. It's like open like vest up to here. I mean, it doesn't like you would be surprised. Hold on. But we're Desmond to look it up. But yeah, no, just join that. You'll get Spanish citizenship. They'll give you money and they'll send you on an adventure.
Sounds like a win-win.
All the soccer you want.
All the soccer you can eat.
Holy shit.
You see it?
Oh my
You see it?
goodness. Holy fuck.
Yeah, show them.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at this shit.
God, that's it.
They're ready to rock. They look like the village people.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're ready to roll. What do they do? They don't just kill protesters, do they? Like, what do they?
Go to their Wikipedia. They'll probably like list some of the
They
more
fought like
recent
Vietnam.
wars.
You know, like.
I think they might have been in Afghanistan.
60, oh, that sucks.
Let's see.
Let's
Spaghetti at
find
people.
Spaghetti. Hold on, are you mixing up your stereotypes?
Throwing rice and
Oh,
beans
Spanish
at people.
or your
Spanish.
Throwing rice and beans at people.
Right.
They I think, yeah, they were in Afghanistan, Iraq. Wow.
Yugoslav wars, Operation Libre.
Military intervention against ISIL.
Yeah. So, how are you with Iraq? What do you think of them?
I want to stay far away from them. Really.
Okay. Well, then you should join the Spanish Legion. My bad.
I bet people in Iraq love soccer.
This is
Well,
like
probably
the
do.
kids.
Doesn't everyone loves soccer? Like,
The
except for
majority
the
of
US.
the world. I know India loves cricket. I think Thailand loves boxing.
Japan likes baseball.
Japan likes baseball. I remember that. France likes surrendering.
That's not funny, man.
I was talking them up earlier.
That's not funny,
So
man.
I mean, I
Too
can
soon.
throw a little shade
Too
at them.
soon.
I mean,
They gave us
didn't
the
stop
Statue
fighting.
of Liberty. That's nice.
Okay, can they clean it for us though? It's supposed to be copper. It's supposed to be copper.
We got baguettes.
Yeah, why have we never cleaned that thing?
Who the fuck's gonna clean that thing?
France.
People, I don't fucking know.
A scrub brush? It looks better
You
green.
got paid $50.
We don't. Nobody wants to acknowledge it looks better green.
$50 an hour to clean Statue.
It looks better green.
I need to see the comparison.
I've
I
never
need to
seen
see
it.
the comparison.
Comp,
Better
so
green.
I don't know about that.
If you a penny, it's
Well,
better.
you've-
It's better when it's
you've
green.
Been there.
What?
Have you been there?
I mean, I've seen it, but I've never been to the Statue of Liberty. It's a giant green woman. It's great. Green. Unintentional.
It's an East Coast thing.
Those French are like, it'll be copper. It's like, but we're gonna put it in the ocean with the salt. And like, oh.
Maybe we weren't supposed to put it there.
Maybe
supposed
we
to put it
were.
somewhere else.
Maybe we're supposed to be green. Maybe the French were like, this is gonna be cool when it's green. Just wait. It's brown. It's a giant brown statue. It's like, don't worry. In 10 years, it'll be green.
Shiny copper, bro. Shiny. Like
Dull green.
Gleams in the sun.
Mossy green.
Yeah, it can gleam, bro. What if it gleamed? You know?
It doesn't gleam.
Here,
That's true.
tell me what you guys think about them, like, doing basically making the pyramid look as how it was originally made. So it's like a nice, shiny, smooth limestone on the outside and a gold top.
They should build a new one. Just build another one.
If I was Egypt, that's all Egypt has. It's a terrible country.
Build another. They're actually not terrible.
I'm pretty sure it's in like the middle of like a civil war. There's like a dictator.
Egypt is like the California of the Middle East. It's like almost
No,
like the
Israel
world
is the California of the Middle East.
place. No
Israel's
one's allowed to no one's allowed to go there, right?
Israel? What do you mean? Everybody goes there. My sister went there for free on
Can
a
you live
Jewish
there? Can you live
trip.
there?
Yeah, of course.
Could I live there?
Quentin Tarantino lives there.
Could I live there?
Yeah.
Tarantino lives there?
Mm-hmm. He's married a Jewish woman. And he lives in
Do you have to
Jerusalem.
marry a Jewish person to live there?
Probably they would like that.
You need like ethnic Jewish background to live there.
No, they just want you to be Jewish. But you do. My sister, because we're ethnically Jewish, she got the free birthright trip
Yeah.
where they do a background check on you, and if you pass, they just get you a free plane ticket and go send you to Israel,
Pretty fucking cool.
where you go party with like hunky Israeli soldiers, and they convince you to like
Move
maybe
here,
you
man.
should
I mean,
stay.
That's
Maybe
why
you should
Spain made their
stay.
uniforms like that. They're just trying to bring all the
Why
all the
not?
Gabes in.
Bring all the games.
Send me to Israel, man.
Women want them, and men want to be like them.
You know, women want them, men want them too.
Men also want them.
I wonder how expensive it would be to like build the pyramid.
Pretty
Would it-
expensive.
Would it be like a nice tourist attraction though? Like we have stadiums and shit. We spend billions of dollars on stadiums.
We built Luxor. Isn't Luxor a fake pyramid?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
basically.
They can just build a Luxor, they can make it a casino, like a pyramid casino. Oh, I might go there. You know, I might go there. Not probably any other place, but you know, it'd be fucking fun, man.
I heard that there were plans to like rebuild other of the ancient wonders of the world. I know that there was a plan for the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and I think there was a plan for the Titan of Rhodes. You know what that is, Gabe?
But
So there's an island called
It's a wonder in
Rhodes,
Civilization
Rhodes, and they created this giant Titan that just stands in front of their port, and it was just like this. It was basically like the Statue of Liberty for them, but an earthquake broke it down.
Coolest thing ever. We should definitely have one in like the Golden Gate Bridge. Just put like a dude in the water.
The problem is, they can't afford that because Greece has to spend all their money on boat fuel because they're constantly, afraid of Turkey trying to invade them. Also, their geography is just horrible because
Greece is a bad
because
place to be right now.
it's because it's mainly islands and then mountains, and so it's horrible infrastructure. You can't get around anywhere.
feta cheese.
You say feta cheese?
Yeah.
Yogurt.
Feta cheese.
I like
Hey.
Gabe just randomly shouting out things that he thinks about other cultures, but it's all actually just Italian stuff. Because
Feta's Italian?
is it?
No, feta's Greek.
Okay, nice job,
Ricotta.
Gabe. Nice job, Gabe.
It's another Greek salad.
Olympiakos?
I don't know. I assume all
Right,
all
Gabe?
cheese is
Yeah.
Greek.
Olympiakos, man.
If
that's
they
the thing.
rebuild the pyramids, I only ask for them to do it all by hand again. They have to hire.
They have to get slaves from all over the world.
I just thought of a very American joke. They just bring in all the Mexicans to do it.
Yeah, you
I should get done in a week, bro.
Like, no, no, wait, that's quick.
I want to fucking drink. Let's get this shit done.
Like, imagine Egypt ever just wanted to like really boost their population quickly. They're just like, we'll give you a free house if you come build the pyramids.
Sounds like back-breaking labor.
I mean, if you need a house, you
That's
better be
true.
prepared to commit some bread.
I want a house.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I want a fucking house.
I'll do it. Egypt, set this up. I will go.
A house
I will
in
be
Egypt?
there. Hell, I might even convert to Islam and marry an
Have you
Egyptian woman.
seen Alexandria? It's fucking beautiful. It's
Jinx.
They have a
No,
river.
no, I said jinx, no talking.
Have a fucking river.
I bet it sucks.
No, dude, they got a river. They got pretty new buildings and they're shiny and
You probably can't drink alcohol.
probably can't. They're pretty liberal out
I
there,
don't
man.
think they
They're
are.
pretty fucking.
Egypt,
I
as
don't
far
think
That's where
as
wine came from. Of course, they can drink alcohol there.
you
know where wine came
Muslim
from?
countries go,
Jesus.
Egypt is pretty liberal.
I would
So
look
you would
into
probably
that.
be
I
able
don't
to get
know.
away with it, drinking alcohol.
Egypt, wine. They made wine was a part of their culture at one point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So of course you can drink now.
Until the Arabs
They probably
invaded
fucking
and
party
made
hard
everyone
over
That was
rich.
10,000 years ago.
Or
whatever the fuck.
It's
That was
funny like
so
it's
long
10,000 BC, guys.
Go crazy.
That was like 3,000 years ago when
Desmond,
when they
go
invented
to
wine.
Egypt, rename yourself Seti III, and start an Egyptian god cult.
Alright. Pray to Anubis or whatever.
Well, you would you could. It's up to you. You would probably have to pray to all of them because they get mad when you start trying to worship just one god.
I think they're Christian over there now. They're a
They
majority
have
Christian
Christian.
country.
They have a large Christian population
Very
as far as
large.
Muslim countries go, and they're very active politically, but it's still very majority Muslim. But I mean, so like a lot of the early Christians were Egyptian. There's this one story about the Theban Legion where it's like the Roman Egypt. They like recruited an entire legion from there, and they had to kill like most of them because they refused to kill other Christians.
That's a tough one. That's a struggle.
Either way, I want to go to Egypt.
I don't want to go to Egypt.
I think I would go to Egypt. I think it's one place I would go.
Gabe, you come with us
The
to Egypt?
pyramids, man.
Gabe's with us
Aliens.
on Egypt.
Go to
Aliens.
I want to see this shit for myself. Like, is that even
Yeah.
real?
Is it real?
I just
the
seen
pyramids?
pictures and shit.
I'm gonna do that. Ride a camel. Pretend to convert to Islam
Climb the pyramids,
do an
spend a
Egyptian
few
drill.
months in jail, and live in be
Yeah, that's
famous
illegal.
forever.
That's
yeah,
illegal, right?
very illegal. You go to jail, you'll be famous forever.
Yeah, I don't think
beaten in
you
prison.
Imagine
Yeah.
if like your grandpa climbed the pyramid. You'd probably say that every time you met someone new. You, my grandpa.
It's not worth that
He climbed
much.
the pyramid. He was on top. It's like, isn't that illegal? Yeah.
Hey, in 60 years, it's going to be a great story to tell your grandchildren.
When it's not there anymore.
If only they would get off their, fourth or fifth dimensional phones or whatever.
It'd be tough. It's also a hard climb, so like it'd be like an achievement.
Yeah, is it? It's just a smooth. It's just a smooth slant you walk up.
No, it's like steps. There's like giant limestone bricks that are all like this fucking high. You like climb that bitch, bro.
Oh, I got a way to get you out of prison. Just bring a bunch of like fake pharaoh headdresses like in your backpack, and so when they catch you, just start dancing and start saying that you're the pharaoh of Egypt, and they'll release you just for being crazy.
Great idea.
Yeah.
We should work on this.
They'll think like you're their lord, their god king.
What if they just start bowing? What would you do?
I would
Pharaoh
rule them with
Desmond.
impunity. Is that good? Is impunity good? I don't know what impunity is.
I know kind of their semi-dictator a few years ago, I'm not sure if he's still in charge, but they were calling him like Egypt's pharaoh, like derogatorily, because they're saying like, you're basically trying to be a monarch right now, and we're not cool with that. So I don't think they're actually down for pharaohs again, unless you do some kind of magic. How are you with card tricks?
I can do a few. I can do
Okay.
one.
What?
You
I
do a
know
card
one
trick?
card trick.
What's your card trick?
I'll have to show you. Do you have any cards?
I don't.
Oh,
Just
too bad.
pantomime cards. What
Yeah.
do you do?
Okay, so what I do is I take the cards
Okay.
and I show them there, right? And then I take the cards and you pick a card.
Yeah, this one. Okay.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, I'm going to turn the other way and you're going to show everyone what your card is and not me. Make sure I don't see it, all right?
Okay. This right here.
Ooh,
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Put it in the deck. Okay, come on. Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Let's just boom, bam, boom, magic. You start shuffling it, and your card is now face up in the deck.
Oh, that's the easiest trick to fucking do.
What?
wait, what card is it?
So on the
It's
bottom,
the card that I don't need to know. The card's
Wait,
face up.
you didn't tell me what the card is.
The card is
What's the
face
card?
up in the deck.
say it then.
It's here, right here. It's
Say it.
face up.
What is it?
If it's face
What
up,
is it?
then what card is
It's
it?
Say it.
face up. It is the 9 of clubs.
Wrong.
No.
5 of hearts, bitch.
It was 5 of hearts.
Damn it.
So how to do that trick is
Hey,
You
come
take
on,
the-
bro.
okay. My bad.
You explain the guy's magic tricks.
I mean, I could.
This is a magician's code. You can't do that.
I ain't a magician.
You're not?
No, I'm just a con artist.
Oh.
The difference. I have no soul. Magicians do.
I mean, that's what like the old wizards were. They're just fucking con artists, man. They just con governments and like. They get
I'm
to,
a wizard!
You get to sit in the seat of power just to like. You do card tricks and oh my god, he's a fucking wizard.
And then the king would come to them. It's just like, all right, we're being invaded. What do we do? And it's like,
Abracadabra.
then just fucking book it out of there. Otherwise, they get killed.
Well, see,
Because when they start offering bad advice, they just kill them.
they shave their mustache and they go work for another government.
They work for
Shave their
the
beard.
yeah.
I'm an
They go to the invading government. It's like, oh hey, I gave them bad advice intentionally, so you won that battle because of me. You're welcome.
They're smart people. The wizards were smart.
Yeah.
There's a reason we still talk about them today.
the wizards.
Yeah, daily conversation about the wizards. Great people, really.
Is that the Illuminati? The wizards?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They just con some rich guy. They're like, look what I can do. It's like, oh my god, it's fucking shit.
Didn't the Illuminati get started in like 1700s. It was just like Masons, or they had like societies or something.
It was an Italian sect of this kind of.
Yeah, Illuminati. It's like an
it,
Italian word.
It's
Illumination or something.
Yeah, it means the illuminated, because it was kind of like an enlightenment type thing that they just were better than everyone else. But I don't think they have an association with the Freemasons. Freemasons are actually just openly real.
They're just people.
They're just people.
They
They're just
sacrifice
laws brothers.
No, it's like a little club. It's like it's like a fraternity, like post.
Why aren't we Masons?
I don't fucking know. Why not?
I mean, you
Why
probably
not?
could be. I can't because I'm Catholic. So.
Just the fucking lie.
You can't because you're Catholic?
Yeah, the Catholic Church said you can't join the Freemasons.
Why's that?
Because they are, I don't know, haters.
Oh.
The Freemasons, just a club. You can just we could probably look up Freemason.
Yeah, no, I've known Freemasons and they've offered for me to join.
Why didn't you? Oh, because you're Catholic.
Well, I would just didn't care.
Yeah.
But I know
That'd be kind of cool.
I know some other
You're rich and bored and nothing to fucking do.
I know some of their
They're all
tricks.
just
I don't
fishing,
know how
bro.
to
They
do
just
them,
fucking
though.
fish together and go to Death Valley and tie ropes and knots and
Kind
shit.
of that. There's also secret calls of help that you can do that other Freemasons can pick up and they have to help you.
It's cool.
Like what?
I know this one guy. He talked about when he was in Japan, his car broke down, and so he just stood outside his car and held his hands a certain way, and within 10 minutes, a Japanic Mason stopped and had to help him out.
What?
Yeah. Imagine being a Mason though. That would be so inconvenient because it's just
Right.
all of a sudden you see someone on the side of the road. It's oh fuck, I want to ignore him. I'm late to work. Oh god damn it.
Yeah. What if you do ignore them? Nobody will ever know.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But
Well,
that's
I mean, can't you tell your boss it's a religious thing? I had to stop for that guy.
Right.
yeah, you could. I mean, that's the reason
It's a religious
Sikhs wear
thing. I had to
turbans.
get drunk before work.
Sikhs wear turbans
Party
to be a sign to people is if you need help, I can help you out. Which I've only met one Sikh guy and he was an asshole. If I ever asked him for help, he would laugh in my face. So
you're not a fucking Mason, bro.
Or
Sikh.
Sikh.
Oh,
I'm talking about the
Sikh.
Sikh
Because you're not
guy.
a Sikh.
Yeah.
Sikh.
I'm
I
just
only help Sikhs.
Because he's supposed to you're supposed to help anyone regardless of religion.
Yeah, but that's bullshit.
But I mean, I was covered in blood. I had a gun. I was screaming for help, and he didn't stop to help me.
Stop your guard.
Gotta open another bottle of wine.
We really gonna go through 2 bottles like that?
Second bottle of wine, dude.
What do you want? The Cabernet Sauvignon, the Shiraz, the Red Blend, or the White Zinfandel?
Shiraz.
Shiraz. Okay. You want a glass, Gabe?
Sure.
Charles Shaw. It's not a bank.
No. So, I was saying it earlier. So,
Yeah.
Sounds like a
these used to just be $2 per bottle. So it was nicknamed $2 Chuck. It's $2.99 now, but Gabe opened or it doesn't open.
A 2017 California.
Yeah. I mean, it's just cheap wine. I mean, gets the job done. But
Cheap or expensive?
it's $2.99 compared to other wine. Compared to my $15 bottle of Pessimist in there, I would say this is pretty cheap.
What's pessimist?
Oh, it's just I just like trying new wines. I mean, I know good and high quality wines, but I just like trying new ones to like. So I got this bottle called Pessimist by Dow.
What a downer name.
Well, I mean,
boom.
That's when you spilled wine all over yourself.
I knew I was gonna do that.
Desmond, you dumped half the bottle on the ground.
I knew I was gonna do that, and I did it anyway.
Desmond, you spilled the wine all over your...
I was given a mission, and I completed my mission.
Okay. You spilled the wine all over your
I was
stamp
told
collection.
to open the wine, and I did it. Kobe.
I like the Pessimist aesthetic because I'm a cynical asshole.
Why would you say that? Why would you say something so brave like that?
Well, I mean, I know some people who just
Andre?
are just very hateful that when I say oh yeah, I can be pessimistic because I mean,
Why are you pessimistic?
I mean, come on. There's pessimism and there's just realism.
Right.
That's the thing. I don't actually identify as being pessimist. I just like the aesthetic of calling myself a pessimist. And I like the optimistic look at a pessimist. Like, a pessimist is never disappointed.
I'm 100% an optimist in all situations. I think it's.
But
Why would you say something so brave? So controversial, yet so brave.
But I'm actually just like a realist. I would describe myself. I'm not optimist, pessimist. I take situations for what they are.
I always look on the bright side. Always. I always find the good in the situation, no matter what it is.
Wonder what good you'll see when I stab you.
I mean, if I live, then at least I didn't die, you know? Shit. And then I can sue you for, like, I could probably get a lot of money.
What if you die? What's your ghost gonna think?
I don't know.
Hey, what if you trapped your ghost here in that bottle of Shiraz and you just weren't able to leave? Like a genie.
That'd be fun.
We make illicit wishes.
You mean I'd always have a friend?
You have 3 wishes. 3 wishes, huh?
But 3 wishes and you free. And
Anything you want. Anything I want, huh?
Then I'm free.
Pitch for like
No.
a fantasy short film. A murderer who just really hates a guy. He kills him, but he also believes in the afterlife. So he traps his like soul, like the person he just killed, in like a bottle, and just continues to try looking for ways just to fuck with him.
How does he trap his soul in a bottle? You glossed over that part.
He just pulls,
Proton pack.
he just pulls out the Necronomicon or some shit.
Okay. I'm halfway.
Is not a word.
I'm halfway on it. I think it'd be funny to have Desmond tortured in a bottle.
Yeah, I would love to torture.
Wanted to get out.
I mean, hey man, if there's any kind of hope, I'll be there. I'm a hopeful dude.
That's good.
That would be a funny way to do it. Just like, and the ghost you trapped in there is just an unrelenting optimist.
I know I'll get out of here one day, man.
That's what you gotta do, man.
Hey, man, somebody will make that 3rd wish, and once you do, I'll be free as a bird. Is that what happened in Aladdin? He makes 3 wishes, and the genie's like, he gets a choice. He gets the choice to go, but then he chooses to stay with Aladdin, or does Aladdin wish for? Aladdin asks for the genie's freedom, and the genie's like, I'll stay.
So in the Aladdin TV show, which takes place after the movie,
Great show.
The genie basically gets tired of traveling the road pretty quick, and he comes back to like just hang out with Aladdin because they're buddies. But I'm wondering if he has like a little bit of a Stockholm thing going on, or he's just like became attached to him because no one's ever showed him kindness. But yeah, they're all like buddy now. But he never uses like his phenomenal cosmic powers to like get him out of their wacky situations.
I think he does. That's the whole point of the movie.
Well, yeah, but it always takes a
show.
while. It always takes like until like the 20 minutes into like the 30-minute episode.
Yeah, because you can't have the genie just like plot armor the whole way.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, hey, we got ourselves in a little bit of a situation here, and then the genie's just like, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, this is really bad, Aladdin.
And then it's only when it becomes like, life threatening. He's like, oh no, Jasmine's gonna die. And then Genie's like, fine. Okay, all good now. Next episode.
Was the monkey magic?
No, the monkey was a boo.
The monkey was just normal monkey.
Yeah, normal monkey. He probably was like transformed in like different things.
How come Aladdin didn't wish to bring the monkey to life, like to speak English?
I mean, would that be weird? I mean,
help me out of this body.
I like my dog as a dog. I don't want my dog to become a human. I can't. It's weird. I can't. I mean, I can't pet Gabe like I pet my dog. I mean, I do pet Gabe like I pet my dog, but that's between us.
Well, it could verbally protest the things you do.
Yeah.
A dog cannot. You do whatever you want to.
It would constantly beg you to just say food over and over again. It wouldn't say a lot of things.
It would say, "Please don't touch me."
Yeah, it doesn't have like that human intelligence. So
please don't touch me. Please don't touch me. It's like, but I want to touch you. Please don't touch me.
Tell it to do things and like, what am I, your fucking slave? You train me to get a fucking beer out of the kitchen?
Both these bottles of wine taste like I just drank cupfuls of vinegar.
Yeah. Charles Shaw, cupfuls of
They
vinegar.
taste like vinegar.
I think they're decent.
That's why I also, I get these when I just want to just start chugging wine to get drunk while I'm writing. But I get bottles of fancier ones like Pessimist to like enjoy it. Or for the ladies, yeah.
For the ladies.
Yeah.
Pessimist.
So me and Gabe are going to split that one later.
For the ladies. Jack Daniels.
Yep.
They should start doing like Jack Daniels commercials, but like targeting women.
Call it Jackie Daniels.
Jackie Daniels.
Yeah.
Or it's like Jack Daniels pink. That's just like
That's an idea, bro.
Just pour a bunch of
That's
like
an idea.
pink dye into a bottle. of
After a
Jack.
long day of hard working, you want some Jack Daniels. And so do I.
They're like how the Old Spice commercials
I'm in a total
kind of just
monogamous
used to be about like
relationship.
this overly masculine man, and now it's like this guy's wife is like fucking neutered him. He's like using his fucking deodorant.
Right.
Whatever.
That's true.
Can we talk about the Old Spice commercials
Well,
for a
no,
second?
they went for Old Spices for women too. They added their like women's Old
Yeah.
Spice.
But like they just like this guy used to be like the most masculine thing. He's like, look at your man, now look at me. Look at your man again, now back to me. He was like, he just made you turned your head like 3 times.
That Old Spice commercial
and
made
emasculated your man
Yeah.
completely right in front of you.
made
And
you want to wear
now
Old Spice.
he's neutered. Now he's neutered. Is that like a Gen Z thing?
I
Okay.
haven't seen the commercials.
I don't know what you're talking
It
about.
made you want to wear Old Spice because some ripped black dude was like, "I wear Old Spice and girls love me."
Why you got Old Spice? Yeah.
It's like, now I want Old Spice. Hey, wait a minute. If I put on Old Spice, I will also become a hunky black man,
That's what happened to me.
and people will love me.
What happened to me? I mean,
On Old Spice, that's what the commercial led me to believe. And when I sue the Old Spice company, that would be my suit. I believed that I would turn into a large, muscular African American man, and that never happened.
Yeah, that's why Axe had like the fine print on like the situations may not actually happen. When like, the guy just puts on like his Axe shampoo, then all of a sudden like 6 hot women appear in a shower and start like rubbing it into his hair.
Those are good commercials, especially to target teenage boys, because it's like women will touch you
Yeah.
whenever if you wear Axe, women will touch your head whenever they want. And you're like, I would like that very much.
Yeah.
That would be very good. So I'll wear this. There was one time I had this in like middle school. My friend and I, or maybe like junior high, my friend and I found this really good like scent of Axe, and we're like, we're both gonna wear it. It's gonna be awesome. It smells great. But for some reason, as soon as you started to sweat, it just made, like, it mixed with the Axe, and it was the only one that made this, like, terrible smell. I think they got rid of it. I don't remember the kind. I was going to say flavor. They got rid of the kind, but...
Bro, do you eat
That would
deodorant?
probably just taste like alcohol if you axed your mouth.
God. Wait, what are you wearing?
What do I
You
wear?
wear Old Spice?
I just wear stick deodorant. I bought a can of the Old Spice spray, and then the next day I read a report saying that they all give you cancer. Like Old Spice specifically recalled all their spray because it just gave people cancer. And I was like, well,
I do Degree Stick.
You do
I
Grease
like the
Stick? That's the name of the brand?
Degree.
you could have fooled me.
The Degree.
Degree? Degree. I thought you were saying the degree.
Degree.
I want women's degree because it's on sale. My armpits smell like lilac.
Sometimes I just buy Dove because, it's soft. It makes your skin softer, makes your hair softer. Sometimes it just works.
Oh, wait, you're talking about shampoo? Body?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about just like everything for Dove. But in terms of deodorant, it's either Arm & Hammer or Degree for me. Gabe?
I normally do Degree or Old Spice. Depends.
Are you like super faded? That was like a strong pause right before
No.
Degree.
I had to think for a second. I've tried Arm & Hammer and I liked it, but I don't know why I never went back to it.
Thank you.
You guys wash like in between your toes with your toothbrush before or after the shower?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I scrub my feet, but
Well, that's a trick question.
I'm just joking. You looked at me like that was a weird question.
I'm like, are we supposed to be doing this?
Hold on.
Using my fucking toothbrush to clean between my toes. Chris, what are you doing? It's like, I'm just cleaning my toes, man.
I was confused.
Having more wine. Dude, this stuff tastes like grape vinegar.
This is good, man.
I don't like it.
This is good.
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
I don't like it. Wow. We already did. That was an hour and a half.
Jesus.
That was an hour. See how much fun we can have? Time flies when we're having fun conversations.
It's true.
It's like the most fun thing you can have. That's why I want to do podcasts, is because I want... One thing I love about Joe Rogan is his podcast is basically just an excuse for him to hang out. Like, he hangs out with
Super cool fucking people.
super cool fucking people, right? But they're all really busy. Now, in what situation...
It's the last of alcohol that we have.
Last of the New Amsterdam. So, in what situation, Desmond, you and I are friends, right?
Monster.
Desmond, you and I are friends, right?
Correct.
If you're like an entrepreneur, if you're like some CEO who's really busy all the time, there's a very few situations where we're just going to hang out and talk, right? Unless it's over dinner or something. But if you have a podcast, the whole point is to talk. So it's kind of like... It's like, here's an excuse to just sit down for 2 hours and talk, and with no pretense.
Well, you just hung out with Elon Musk like multiple times.
Just talking. Nobody does that. Nobody's talked to Elon Musk for that long. He started the trend to fucking do that. It's amazing. Want to smoke hash, Miguel?
I don't smoke.
I keep saying that. We'll get you one day.
I don't think we will.
You're Native
I don't think we
American,
will.
dude. You're Pueblo Indian. I bet those people like smoked unbelievable amounts of peyote and desert geckos skins and things. They probably saw
Do you see any lizards?
demons and monsters.
I was curious, but do you see any lizards in your Desert Valley trip?
Actually, I don't believe so.
Damn.
I really want to encounter mammals. Huh, that's weird. I saw snake holes, but I never saw any of the snakes. It is winter though.
True.
So I guess, makes sense. But yeah, all of our ancestors used to, do drugs.
Fucked up all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. That's why our civilization is so awesome right now.
Middle of Europe, they used to have to mix their water with things like rum and wine because the water wasn't clean enough sometimes.
Is that true?
Yeah, so they did that to clear out some of the bacteria, to make the water actually not kill you.
You know what's funny? You could do that with bleach nowadays too. You add like a drop of bleach, and can't you technically drink?
Totally. It'll bleach your shit, yeah.
And you can't get rid of metals.
That's what I was trying to explain to the school when I told that kid to drink bleach.
It has to be like 1 part bleach to 500 parts water or something.
It'll kill the bacteria. I mean,
it'll
you might
kill
get
the
sick
bacteria.
if you drink it.
A lot.
You'll get sick if you...
But isn't that interesting? How you can purify water. Like, if it was a fucking emergency, just like add a drop or two of bleach and slush it around and just close your eyes.
Yeah.
And slug it down.
Don't sniff.
Pond water, you're just like, I just to drink this shit. I have a memory of a stream when I was in like 7th grade. We went on this trip called Nature's Classroom. And everybody goes to like stay in cabins for like a weekend. It's really fun. Yeah. Awesome. And I was walking with one guy and we were thirsty. And there was a stream and he's like, give me your canteen. And he just filled the canteen up in the stream. And we drank it. And it was like, it was magical. I'll always remember that experience.
Yeah,
just
man.
Drinking straight from a stream.
You watch like Bear Grylls and shit.
Yeah.
It's always a dream, like fresh water. Fucking
well, then he's drinking his urine. He's like, I have to eat this grub and then eat my shit. Well, I'll have plenty of nutrients once I eat my own cum.
There was a literal episode where he was
jack off in my mouth for nutrients.
he was sifted through bear shit. He like ate a berry out of bear shit or something. He washed it off and ate like a nut out of bear shit. You never saw that one?
No, dude, that's what North Koreans do. I believe it. Not out of bear shit, their own shit.
Yeah, it's just sit.
That's what they do.
They just sit.
Really?
Yeah, when they're starving to death. That's what they used to do that in the 90s. They would pick lice out of each other's hair and eat it, and they would take the corn they'd already eaten like out of their own shit.
Wow.
Dude, it's cruel over there.
How's it, like, is it everywhere just in poverty over there? Or
Well, it's North Korea, so, like, there's no businesses or everything's controlled by the government, so.
It's like a just total militarized state.
Yeah, it's not good.
what do they do? Like, who?
I don't know what they do.
So, like, everybody's just poor like that.
Well, whenever a documentary crew over something goes over there, it's so controlled that they're pretty sure that the people that you see are organized. So, like, the documentary crew would go to a train station with the official North Korean, like, guide. And people it would seem like people just have no agency. They're just, like, walking around. They're not really catching a train going anywhere. They're just, like...
Well, the train probably goes, like, 2 miles down the road or something. They just fucking walk back to the beginning, do it again. There's that kid who got in trouble for stealing a poster from that hotel in Pyongyang.
Brock, something. The Ohio kid, dude, they returned him back dead.
Yeah. They arrested him for like 2-3 years or something, right?
He ripped a propaganda poster off a wall to take it with him,
Mhm.
and they arrested him. And when they brought him back, he was dead.
Serious. Yeah, man.
But so are there jobs over there?
I don't know. I don't think people really know.
Well, don't they have like labor camps?
They have labor camps, and I'm sure they have jobs, but it's not like you can go on
Well,
Indeed.
like,
you can't go on Indeed and work
how
at
do
a
you have
Ralph's. There's
kids?
no Ralph's.
You have kids there?
Probably not too many.
But how do you even have a kid if you're starving yourself?
The government gives you food.
Okay.
They only just give some people food.
Not everybody.
Not everyone gets food.
It's also homeless. Like, there's also a homeless problem in North Korea. Like, a bunch of people are homeless and they just wander around homeless.
Is
And,
that true? I assume they'd just kill you if you were homeless in North Korea.
well, you probably want to avoid death. So, you hide in the fucking fields,
It's true.
Shit, man. Yeah. Escaping from North Korea. It's pretty badass, man. You've seen those videos of, like, motherfuckers just running across the fucking border?
Dude, yes.
They'll fucking just shoot you. They'll kill you. They will not let you leave.
Absolutely, man.
Oh, this is the natural bridge.
Wow, it's so fucking pretty.
And then you fucking climb that shit.
Whoa. Was it scary?
Not really.
Miguel.
Coming down was a little
127
bit
hours.
was a little bit sketch.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then there was a mini natural bridge on top of the natural bridge.
Whoa.
And I just, I lost my shit over that.
Yeah, man. America's fucking beautiful and wonderful. We don't have to go anywhere.
And this is Devil's Golf Course.
Devil's
That's
Golf
all just like
Course.
salt.
Wow.
Just covered in
It's
salt.
like an old lake bed or something that dried up.
Probably.
America's beautiful.
Yep. We need pyramids. We need a fucking pyramid here. Well,
I support it, man. Middle of New Mexico. Let's build a fucking pyramid.
some jobs going.
Why not? Biden's Build Back Better Babylon plan.
What the fuck?
Giant pyramid in the middle of Pasadena.
You know,
Just have a fucking pyramid.
why has there been no billionaire who just is like, I have $1 billion. The pyramid probably costs $100 million to build.
Isn't that Jeffrey Epstein? Didn't he build a sacrificial temple on his island?
I don't know.
Whatever that weird temple thing is.
I've never know about that.
Yeah, he's a weird temple. You should look it up. He built a temple. If I was a billionaire, I would build a temple.
I would too, man. I would build a building in every city.
The first thing we should do to get to
skyline
Mars
with
is
my fucking face on it.
we should build a temple on Mars. Just to show that we can.
What kind of temple
Fuck the temple. Let's just do an obelisk. Big Martian obelisk to represent our phallic dominance of the world.
Have you guys seen that weird cube-shaped thing on the moon that China found?
Yeah, but it was nothing. Didn't it turn out to be nothing?
I don't know. Did it turn out? No. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Sorry,
though?
man.
No,
What
it was
was
one of the monoliths from 2001 Space Odyssey.
Damn, they actually went over there and explored it. It was nothing. Yeah, it's lame, bro. Wanted aliens, man.
Aliens want you
Good.
in the butt.
Oh, want to probe me?
Probe you?
Wasn't the first episode of South Park Carmen gets an anal probe?
Yeah, the aliens put the anal probes in Carbon and a gigantic satellite comes out of his ass.
I like the parody of scientists in that movie when it was just like, wait a second. Cold in the north. Polar bear. Polarity. And he just, how he got from from A to B was just the most random stream of connections. It's just making fun of how they get to A to B in movies. Independence Day will give them a computer virus.
Right.
Then War of the Worlds was just Deus Ex germs. You ever read War of the Worlds? Or the book was better than the movie?
Never read the book.
Saw the movie and they made They made an opera, like a
Actually,
rock opera.
I did read the world.
Called War of the Worlds. It's a great album.
I just remember Tom Cruise sprinting 13 miles in like 2 minutes in that movie.
I remember the Scary Movie 4 parody of War of the Worlds. It was like Saw and Scary Movie. This movie started off with Dr.
That
Phil
movie,
and
War of the Worlds
Shaq
was fucking
trapped in a saw
terrifying.
trap, and Shaq saws off the wrong foot.
That movie was one of the most terrifying movies in my young memory, actually.
War of the Worlds?
Yeah.
I've never seen
It was scary. Especially like towards the end when they were like in like that dark place and he was trying to keep like Dakota Fanning or whatever quiet. Dakota Fanning?
I don't know.
I think it was Dakota Fanning.
My favorite part of the movie was seeing the aliens. That part of the basement, with like the eyeball, tentacle,
Yeah, in the basement.
and then
That's
the
the scene.
aliens come down and they walk, and you're like, bro, those are the aliens.
Yeah.
Those are the aliens. They're here.
I remember Tom Cruise's like I think like oldest son was just like he just wanted to go see some like the aliens while like they were in the middle of running away.
You want
And
to do anything?
Tom Cruise was just like, no, don't do that. And he was like, Dad, you have to let me do this. And like, was that it?
He wanted to join the military fighting the
I thought he was
aliens.
just wanted to really look at some of the aliens.
No, he wanted to fight the
Yeah,
aliens.
you want to join the army because I think you was like, no.
People were getting murdered by aliens. They were being turned into like food. Right? The aliens kidnap you and put you in the holding tank pod. And then Tom Cruise destroyed it, like God of War.
No,
somehow.
there was a soldier and he took one of the grenades and he blew it up.
Tom Cruise as God of War.
I don't remember.
I watched that. Not some big muscular guy. I want Tom Cruise. 5'7", running up on fucking Medusa.
He's been making movies a long time, man.
He still does like half his own stunts in the Mission Impossible franchise.
I haven't seen a single one of those movies.
I haven't seen like the last one or two, but they are actually really cool movies. I mean, they're probably like critically like great, but they're fun movies to watch.
Mm.
But you have weird taste in movies, Chris. So I really can't say for you.
I don't have weird. Why do you
You
name
do.
weird
You
taste?
have weird taste.
Because I don't like the Avengers?
Well, not just that. It's like all the movies that you do like, they're always like a little odder. But that is like the tangent.
O-T-T-E-R?
Yes.
Otter?
Yeah. You showed me 3 horror movies as this year has started. I didn't even know that there were more than 3 horror movies in existence. I thought there were 0 horror movies. I didn't. If you asked me to name one horror movie 2 months ago, I would not have been able to name one, Chris. Now I know 3.
Otter movies. I don't know. I like Brian De Palma.
That's a tangent for like another podcast, I would say.
Brian De Palma is the director of the first one. I like that guy. But I don't know. It just seems like...
I actually haven't seen the first. Oh wait, I think I saw parts of the first one, parts of the second. I saw number 3 like 5 times. That one's good. The one with Jeremy Renner is really good.
Oh.
You don't like Jeremy Renner?
No.
I think he's cool.
No, I don't like Jeremy Renner at all.
As like an actor or your person?
I guess it's an actor. I don't know him personally.
I mean, he's kind of lame.
Hawkeye's
lame.
lame.
You guys hear about that
just-
app?
I mean, that's-
Jeremy Renner app?
It's just because he plays like the weakest
What's that?
Avenger.
The Jeremy Renner app where it's like Instagram but just for Jeremy Renner. Like Jeremy Renner was on
Fuck
it.
yeah, that's what I need in my life.
And,
What?
Yeah, people like download it and like say hi to Jeremy Renner on the app and shit.
Jeremy Renner has
What
an
would
app where
happen?
you can say hi to Jeremy Renner.
But what happened, like, is people just like pretended to be Jeremy Renner. They just made them their own profile like Jeremy Renner.
You mean I
It's
haven't
a
been
total
talking to
shithole.
Jeremy Renner? What
people,
the fuck?
People would make like weird accounts, like.
This is so strange.
It was.
He's trying to capitalize on that Hawkeye fame.
Yeah.
But I thought he was good in the Hurt Locker. You see that?
I thought that was Matt Damon.
No.
Oh, I didn't see that movie. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was the star.
Yeah, he's like this kind of crazier Marine who's in charge of bomb defusal. He's actually in that movie with Anthony Mackie.
Who's that? Oh, the Falcon.
Yeah, the Falcon.
Oh.
And now he's the new Captain America.
Right. Weird.
Yeah. And Jeremy Renner is like character. It's like one of those nuttier kind of like Marines. And he's really good in it. It's really entertaining.
When the machine breaks down, we break down.
Oh, I'm curious. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who do you think is the best actor currently working?
Probably Denzel Washington.
What's the last movie he did?
He just recently did a movie with he made a Macbeth remake with the Coen brothers.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
see that.
I heard about that.
What do you think's the best actor?
Well, Daniel Day-Lewis retired. I would argue Christian Bale.
Yeah, but the problem with I love Christian Bale. He's my favorite. But the problem with him is like Denzel can be real, like the role because I think it's because
Have you seen The
Denzel's.
Machinist?
Yeah, I love The Machinist,
That
but
feels
it's
real.
Yeah, but Denzel, like, because he's black, he gets cast in urban roles, and his characters are always allowed to, like,
Say the N-word?
not just say the N-word, but, like,
Well, then
be
you could argue Leonardo
authentic.
DiCaprio.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm sure they let Denzel kind of ad-lib, because he's, like, the best, but he's not pretending to be, like,
The King Kong ain't got shit on me.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. No, I don't know, I love Denzel. I don't know, I think he's great.
I definitely think he's up there. I just watched Tenet with his son.
Oh, how's that?
It was the most Christian Nolan movie that Christian Nolan has ever made.
Christopher Nolan?
Is it Christopher?
I think so. Pretty sure it's Christopher
Oh,
Nolan.
sorry, Christopher Nolan. Chris Nolan. It's the most Chris Nolan movie I've ever seen. Because, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna write a paper on this, actually. What is Chris Nolan's obsession with time?
It's an easy storytelling device.
No. This goes beyond it. It's like because this one was about time travel. It's in every movie that he's made. It's like, that has to involve time somehow. Dunkirk, there's like a ticking clock and all of it. Inception, it's time, is different on each layer of the dream.
What do you think? Why do you think they have so much to do with time?
That's the thing. I don't know, and I want to figure it out.
A movie about daylight savings. Time's against them.
I mean, we're supposed to be getting rid of it.
Hurry!
We're supposed to be getting rid of it, but no one in California Congress or none of our state senators or congressmen care enough about it to bring it up. Because we passed a proposition saying we can, negotiate a new schedule with the American government. The thing is, no one's brought it up since we passed that proposition.
I wonder why.
It's because I don't think it's a big enough topic, considering how many other things are going on right now. I don't think any congressman or senator wants to waste their time saying, it's like, oh yeah, and can we talk about daylight savings time for California now? We want to get rid of that, like Arizona did. That'd be great. The thing is, I feel like I want to get rid of it too. I feel like we need Oregon and Washington in on it too. Because I think we just need the entire West Coast to get rid of it. Because Arizona already doesn't do it, and they're doing great with that.
You know what sucks?
Probably, I don't know.
Daylight savings time. I used to get off of work when the sun was still up. Daylight savings time hit, and I get off of I'm like delivering packages at nighttime.
Yeah.
It's fucking lame, bro.
Yeah, it is lame. What was it for?
It's for the farmers, right? But can't they just do their own thing? Who gives a shit? Like, they can wake up earlier or later if they fucking want to. I don't fucking care.
The thing is, and it was because, we didn't have, a standardized time back then when the entire world was on, this set schedule. Because everyone kind of just eyeballed it through the sun and, mechanical clocks that they had to upkeep themselves.
Dude, what a crazy invention, right? Clock. You're able to quantify time, something that you're only able to do super simply. It's like, well, once the sun goes down, we'll stop.
Well, that's good.
Sure.
Yeah, man, I think the sun and the stars,
Ooh, the vodka in the wine.
I typically go tequila wine.
I like it.
What is that? Is that called the Sunset Boulevard Special?
Well, there's a thing called tequila wine, which is basically just a shot of tequila in a glass of wine. And that gets
That sounds
fucked up
really
super
rough.
well.
That sounds really rough.
But we don't have tequila, so I'm just using vodka.
That sounds really fucked up.
That sounds good. I like tequila. I think tequila tastes great.
I got
love
tequila in
taste.
my wine, and now I'm feeling fine, is what you say.
That's the Palmdale Special.
Palmdale.
Oh God, I literally was driving through Palmdale in a day, and I'm just like, me and my friend were talking about it. And we were just like talking about how much shit we'd been through in like Palmdale, because honestly, it was a horrible fucking place.
Yeah.
If anyone actually listens to this and has ever, offered a job in Palmdale, they need to be offering you triple what you would make elsewhere, because that's what you will need to deal with Palmdale.
Palmdale is shit.
Palmdale is shit, Gabe said.
Horrible.
Palmdale shit.
You got
Dude, Afro Man's gonna be here in 10 minutes.
fuck Afro Man.
He's gonna. Once Afro Man gets to the studio, which is our kitchen.
You understand?
Tell him, Chris.
Everyone knows Palmdale shit.
Of course he
That's why he
does.
made all those songs to get out of Palmdale.
Yeah.
So,
Like, and I think back about it, and it's like, I've probably hated half the places I've lived, but I've hated Palmdale the most.
Sam.
I've never lived in a shithole.
See, here's the thing.
I've never lived in like a really shitty
It's
place.
not really like a shithole. It's just, it sucks, man. I think the people out there just suck.
Yeah, no, we got on the
It's all
topic.
hot, and everyone does drugs.
Rattlesnakes.
We got on the
drugs.
topic because I gave him this dilemma about racial diversity hiring, and then we got on this tangent about how much racism we faced in fucking Palmdale. Honestly, I sincerely believe Palmdale is one of the most racist places in the country, easily in the top 10.
But like against white people?
Everyone's racist to each other. Everyone is racist to each other.
They got legit skinheads out there and shit. Like,
Yeah, and the thing is, half
Like
the white people out
all
there,
around racist.
half the white people out there are skinheads. But the thing is, like 90% of the black people hate on 100% of the white people because they don't see a difference between a skinhead and a non-skinhead.
Well, I can understand that, I guess. There are literal skinheads in your community. Probably don't take a shine to white
you
people.
always gotta watch out,
Right.
There's this guy. I was just walking home from school. This was at Lancaster, in Palmdale. Where the dude just, I was crossing the street, and he was like in a fucking full jumpsuit, probably like 95 degrees outside, sweating his fucking ass off. I like walked across the street, and he just like put his fists up like he wanted to fucking fight me. And I'm like, bro, like chill, like
I had a homeless guy
this random dude. And I was just
try
walking
to
around.
stab me with a needle once.
Yeah.
Oh. Could give you AIDS.
Yeah, seriously.
Why? Just because you're around him, probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just walking after school, and he was just like him and this other guy who was like I think asleep or just high on his fucking mind. Were just the other guy was like laying down against like this brick wall, and he was just sitting against this brick wall. It was hot as fuck. I didn't know why the fuck they were sitting.
So
I was just
hot out
walking
there.
by,
It's so hot.
and I
There's no
walked
trees,
by him,
no
and
shade.
then he shouts out, "Hey!" And then he like kind of falls forward, like with a stabbing motion with a fucking needle. And I was like far away enough, like thankfully, because I guess he decided to try to stab me too late.
Whoa.
And then,
Like behind you? You went up behind you and were like, hey.
well, no, he never like got up. He was sitting down the entire time, so he was just like sitting on the ground like this. And I was like walking by, and like as I walked by, he was like, "Hey!"
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's terrible. Just stab you with a needle. When I was in Washington, I had a homeless guy. I mean, I guess they're positive. He asked me to buy him a joint because he said he wasn't allowed in there anymore. And I'm like, sure, man. And I'm like, and he's like, I got the cash. And I'm like, no problem, bro. And he literally pulled like 70 nickels out of his pants for like a $5 joint. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. I'll be right back. He like put a bunch in my hand. I'm like, okay. And I bought him a joint. He's like, thanks, man. But I've seen some homeless people in Washington that were just like screaming up at the sky or sleeping just on the side of the road. They're just sleeping. Yelling. A guy in Thousand Oaks was screaming. Just screaming. I was trying to work outside the Panera. He was just screaming at the kids walking by in the cars. And
Don't do drugs.
Do more drugs. Just don't do the bad drugs.
You gotta find the chemical balance of how much drugs.
Vinegar wine is bad. Don't drink that.
Don't hit your head on things.
Smoke hash, kid. Smoke plenty of hash. That's the only solution.
Just
Truly, the only solution is to smoke your body weight in hash. Bring it down.
There's not a lot of violence you can do when you're just fucking high off your ass.
What do those Taliban guys do? But they smoked hash 24/7 though. I bet it made them better killers.
it
know,
calms
they
their nerves when they're aiming at innocent civilians. Yes.
I'm sure those Taliban guys probably smoked weed all day.
But I mean,
That's why we kept them in the war. They were blazing
they're
chronic.
Well, there's just stoners, and they're like, "Get the fuck out of my house!"
Right.
You know, they were like just trying to fucking smoke weed all day, and they got some fucking asshole comes and tries to, tell you what to do. You know, shit. They're just like, fuck off, bro.
Do you support the terrorists, Desmond?
Be
I
honest.
think you support the terrorists.
Be honest, Desmond.
No, dude.
Be honest, Desmond. This is off the record.
Of course not.
How much do you know about Al-Abib al-Shariri? So please don't torture me.
Look, man.
You're at an hour 55 minutes.
And we have 40 minutes before this. We have a long podcast to put through. The quality is going to be absolutely horrific.
Probably.
I'll scrub it as best I can. But
I
the
trust your
point...
editing skills.
I wouldn't.
No, okay. It's fine.
The point is... to
You probably
do-
just split up into 2 episodes if you wanted.
What's,
that way-
What's the fun of that?
Well, you get, them to come back.
2 hours?
No, the whole point is to get them to come back.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you break it up into smaller pieces, that's what TikTok does.
But Joe Rogan is the most successful podcast in the world, and his are 4 hours.
Are you Joe Rogan?
No.
I'm not sure. And
Exactly.
also, you don't have a fucking guests that.
You're my guest. You guys are my Middle Eastern correspondent and, local investment banker.
Do you have any hardcore conspiracy?
And
theories?
token black guy.
We need a hardcore conspiracy.
Well, I tried, and Miguel was like, he's just going to be all about conspiracies. It's like, no, Miguel, I just think that,
I think everything eventually devolves into
All right.
conspiracy. Right?
I just think that the royal family did 9/11. That's all I think.
Damn.
You guys didn't laugh. That was supposed to be a joke. But you believe. But you
Insert
got
a laugh track, man. You're
you
the
guys-
editor. Insert a fucking laugh track.
You guys think I'm some sort of nut, and you're like, damn, he really believes that shit, bro. When I said that, your first thought in your head was, he really believes that shit.
We know you don't believe it. We just don't always know how to react to
The
that.
the first thing that I thought in my head was, please continue. I was like, I want to hear what this man has to say.
I don't know how that. I don't know the connection.
Yes.
There's no
I
connection.
figured.
There's no connection between Princess Diana's passport was found at the World Trade Center
Oh, I
and
didn't
in
know
the
that.
rubble.
I didn't know that.
Princess Diana was one of the hijackers.
I didn't know that.
Did you know that?
Oh no, it's crazy, man.
That's how she really died.
Dude, what about that James Bond movie? Bond,
James
your
Bond.
mission is to destroy the World Trade Center.
Bond does
Dun,
not-
dun, 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 dun. He jumps out of the plane dun, in the cloak suit. So, he's going down to New York. Dude, what a movie that would be. James Bond, at the behest of the U.S. and UK government, destroys the World Trade
Are
Center.
there any movies like that?
Absolutely not.
There's this one movie. I don't know the name of it.
Dun, 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 dun. The World Trade Center's exploding in the background.
Interesting concept.
He's rappelling down the World Trade Center.
Mission accomplished.
We did it, Bond.
I feel like you can
The
make,
woman, the girl, is in the World Trade Center, so long, Bond, and it blows. The romance is I had to leave her in the World Trade Center, and
just make a really good James Bond parody where James Bond just does all the biggest terrorist incidents.
what about
And biggest conspiracies.
That sounds fucking.
Johnny? Isn't that
James
Johnny
Bond through the
English?
years. He kills Princess Diana. He does.
Isn't that Johnny English?
I mean, basically, what Johnny English is actually like a good guy in the end. We want like James Bond to be full fucking. He's secretly the terrorist all along.
James Bond causes Brexit. Bond, your mission today is to defeat the Labour Party and make sure Brexit passes. Those French fishermen won't get their catch today, Bond. Blowing up like French fishing boats in the channel. Dude, what a great movie that would be. Getting chips. I feel like I wonder what eating chip ASMR. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep this podcast hours long and just post it.
Okay. Sure. Where are you gonna post it?
YouTube.
What's the name?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What are the names? Throw me a name.
What's your last name again?
Mine?
No, not yours. Who gives a fuck about you, Desmond?
I'm
Chris
related to a fucking
Tenorio.
president.
10 with Tenorio. No, that doesn't
The problem is if you saw Tenorio and right on a piece of paper, most people don't know how to say it.
Tenorio. Tenario? Tenario.
Tenorio.
Tenario.
Tenorio. People look at it, they go, 10,
Tenorio.
Tenorio. Like, they just can't do it.
Okay.
You remember that episode of SpongeBob where I think
Probably do.
Squidward is trading the snail, and they're like, delivery for Squidward tornado, and he's like, it's tentacles.
Squidward tennis balls?
Yes. At the end, it's like first place goes to Squidward Tortellini. That's what it's like. People can't pronounce my name. I don't know what to call it,
Only native Spanish speakers can pronounce my name, so I feel that.
bro.
Miguel.
Don't even try.
What percentage are you?
Mastication.
What?
Of what percentage Hispanic are you?
My dad is Hispanic.
No, but like,
Do you have like an ancestry test?
Are you talking about how much I am my ancestors? How many of what percentage of my ancestors are from the Iberian Peninsula? Are you saying that?
like Latin American.
Latin American?
So I'm amazed that you're Mexican and you're black, and you look like
Latin American. It depends
a
on what
ginger
you
guy,
mean
and you
about
look like.
Latin America.
You look like a very white dude.
What does Miguel look like?
So Miguel's look like Gabe.
No, you.
Gabe's look like Miguel.
No, I'm trying to think about like. Do you look like somebody famous?
I think he looks kind of Spanish. Like I
You
think
look like a Spanish dude.
Spanish. Look.
I look like
You
a
look like a
Spanish
giant
John
Spanish-
Krasinski.
You look like a.
Hey, I got mistaken for John Krasinski once, and I'm fucking rolling with it.
You're a liar.
I did.
Did somebody mistake you for John Krasinski?
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you John Krasinski?
These white
Are
clothes,
you
yes.
Jim from The
Tall
Office?
white guy.
There's no way.
Yeah.
That's racist.
No, yeah.
That's
it was.
could you
it was,
imagine?
It was these.
You racist bitch. I'm not Jim from The Office. You
It was
bitch.
these two white girls at Six Flags, and my girlfriend at the time got pissed.
No, he's not Jim. Well, yes, I am Jim from the. Oh my God!
But the thing is,
Are you the director of that horror movie? Don't hear.
Quiet Place?
Quiet Place.
Hey.
Are you the director of A Quiet Place?
Hey, man, you want to be in A Quiet Place Part 3?
What in a-
That could work.
Are you the?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Hold on, what
I'm
else
not going to
is he in?
sexually assault people like Harvey Weinstein.
What else was he? What else was John Krasinski in?
Really, just The Office,
I had
and
a
then
mentally-
13 Hours.
You know what's really funny?
Yeah,
I had a mentally challenged guy in my school, like in my class that I grew up with.
Was he
named
you?
John. No, he was a mentally challenged guy, and his name was John Krasinski.
Really?
Yeah, it was funny. Why are you putting the chips in front of the mic, man?
Not me.
Why are you doing this to me?
I'm bad.
Hey, here for some ASMR.
Oh, that's gonna sound good.
Just turn that volume super low.
Really high. Turn it
You're
up.
right.
Even there, take a reach.
You're right.
But in terms of what am I from Latin America?
You look like a giant Spanish dude.
Totally.
And Desmond looks like what Egyptians, like some guys like, that's what Egyptians actually look like. People are like, Egyptians were black. And somebody's like, actually, Egyptians had red hair. And like, you know, like those people, like Cleopatra or some shit. Like Ramses had red hair. Like, that's what you look
My
like.
ancestry's like
You look like a...
UK, Norwegian.
So that's me, and that's my Mexican dad.
Your dad's Mexican? You're Spanish, for sure. You're from the Europe. Your dad does not look like Mexican, dude. He looks like a Spanish.
He's Italian.
The thing is, he's
Spanish.
Yeah.
Because he's
You're a conqueror.
well, I mean,
Miguel.
he has brown skin, but
You have a conquistador's blood.
I mean, all Mexicans do, except for the ones who are like straight off the
Not the ones that look like Gabe.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Gabe, if you did a
Didn't
DNA
Peru have,
test,
like,
yeah.
Hmm?
They had the Incan
Didn't Peru
Empire.
have, yeah, they had fucking Incan Empire. They
Yeah,
had fucking
but
empire.
he's half Mexican, half Peruvian. Either way, both were conquered.
Yeah,
by
but
the
you're
Spanish.
like straight up South American. Like you don't look like a dude from Germany.
Oh, are you talking about what percentage Native American I am?
Yeah, like if you were in,
I told
if
you.
you were
I told
in
you
Europe.
an eighth. I'm an eighth Native American.
No, but then you said like my dad's Mexican, but the Native American, that's really what Mexican means, right?
No.
Like in a weird way.
Native American does
In a weird
not
way?
mean Mexican. I know
In
Mexicans.
a weird way.
No.
Sounds like
Gen, no.
Spanish, right?
Okay, so listen. Gen Z and very liberal Mexicans try to say that if you're Mexican, you are 100% Native American Aztec.
That's what I
And
thought.
if you have anything else, you were raped by a Spaniard. That is
That's
100%.
true,
No, that is
right?
100% false. So there were dozens of other tribes other than the Aztec. I am not descended from Aztec. I'm descended from another tribe. Two, the Spanish, they just didn't come. Like there were only 500 Spaniards
They
in
didn't
the
come?
fall of the Aztec Empire. They came after.
Whoa, it's comedy hour with Desmond Grant. He'll be at the Oxnard.
Fuck you.
There were only 500 Spaniards in Cortez's army.
They did a lot of fucking.
Well, the thing is, their army was comprised mainly
5
of...
women a day, 500 guys, 10 years.
So what I'm trying to get at is
What
it was
was their
after the Spanish kind of took over
5 women a day.
like the government in the area. There were waves of Spanish immigrants that came in, and so over 50% of the population of Mexico identifies as mestizo, which is a mix of. It's technically supposed to mean half and half, but it's just basically a mix of Spanish and Native American.
That's
No,
what I
I'm
was
right.
assuming.
I've done
Some-
research.
No,
I've
took
had to
a-
defend my own
I
existence.
took a class on that
As-
shit.
I mean, I've taken classes on it
Yeah.
before too, but I have had to do so much research in it because I'm light skinned. I have to defend my own existence. And growing up in Hawaii, I have had to defend my own existence since I was like 5 years old.
So in my head, when I think of a random Mexican guy, what I'm thinking of is a mestizo guy.
No,
Like
what you're
half
thinking.
Native American, half Spanish.
No,
kinda.
because my dad is mestizo. Mestizos are either brown with European features or white with Native American features. That's what mestizos typically come out to look like.
What is it? Mestizo another clan?
Mestizo means half Spanish, half Native American.
That's what I just said.
Yes. And so what mestizos either look like, they either look like my dad, which is brown but European features, or they look
Yeah.
white with Native American
He
features.
looks like an Italian guy. He looks like an Italian guy.
My dad?
Yeah.
Your dad looks like he's
Like
straight
a
up
tan Italian guy.
from Sicily.
Yeah.
I mean,
Papa the Boopy.
he is.
Beep the Beppo, right? Isn't that a place?
Buca de Beppo.
Buca de Beppo. It says immigrant. There's on the side of the
Honestly,
building.
like,
It says immigrant Italian dining.
seriously, like when
In
my
big letters.
sister used to work there, and she told me the name, and I was like, "Are you making a racist joke? Like,
Boopity Beepo.
what's the name? of the
Buppity
restaurant?
Buppity Beepo. Buppity Beepo.
Does that mean something?
What is it? Buca de Beppo?
Buca de Beppo.
Boca de Beppo.
I'm sure it's some Italian something.
Buca. The Buca of Beppo, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Drink the wine. Buca de... You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Buca de Beppo. That's what's in the name.
And the thing is, like, you know, my mom is like the whitest person imagine.
My mom too.
My mom also, but she speaks fluent Spanish.
Well, he's your mom Mexican?
No.
Why is
She just has a boner for Spanish stuff for a while.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm
Well,
here.
she's in healthcare, right?
That's why I'm here.
She's in healthcare, right?
She's in administration.
Okay. I don't know.
She's like on the financial side. She's not a doctor.
I feel like when you work with people, especially like
Well, she wanted
in
to be. She
America-
wanted to be a Spanish teacher at
Okay.
one point, so she learned fluent Spanish.
Oh, sure.
And my
Yeah.
dad was from Ecuador.
Okay.
But my mom did a DNA test, and she's like 100% Northern European.
Oh.
Irish, Scottish, German, Norwegian.
Isn't it a weird
100%.
thing? I think it's weird that humans like to focus. They like to belong, even though, like, if you're like, I'm
You just spent the last 15 minutes trying to, classify how Native American I am. So it's
No,
if
not
anything, it
class. I
has
was
to
just
do-
asking. I wasn't
It has to
classifying.
do with
or whatever.
how we see other people and how we categorize them.
Yeah, but everybody clearly likes
It's
to
also
go.
interesting. It's also really interesting.
It's interesting, but people clearly like to go like, I'm European. People clearly like to say,
Well, yeah,
I'm
no.
mestizo.
I know so many
You're not
Mexicans.
mestizo, bitch. You don't like.
The thing
You
is,
ate mac and cheese. You don't know like what being mestizo is.
I haven't seen Wrangle one
Right?
cattle.
Isn't that? Dude, you didn't chop down and drink the juice from a cactus at all since I've met you.
and that's one of my gripes with like most modern Mexicans. They say they'll be mestizo, and then they'll be like, oh, but I'm 100% Aztec. But it's like, bitch, no, you're not.
How do you know if you're Aztec? Is that
Well,
like?
that's one of the things. Like,
How could you know that?
it's harder to tell if what specific tribe you're from in Mexico. But let's just say you do know that your ancestors from Aztec. But most of the people who are saying that, it's like they're choosing to either ignore the Spanish or they say it was like, oh, and I count the Spanish because they raped my ancestors. It's like, no.
You gotta count.
No. Your ancestors raped your other ancestors. That's what you are. You don't get to just say, hey.
Technically, I guess you're right.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, not all of it was rape. I mean, sure, there was a wave of rape. But, I mean,
I don't think there's any need to
I would say,
rationalize the past. They just did.
My ancestry.
Oh, let me pull up. Let me go grab my computer and get mine up. I think I have mine.
bro, you're 0.8% Ashkenazi Jewish?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, man.
You actually took the ancestry test?
Me?
Yeah.
Desmond,
My,
Desmond, if
dad
I could
did
get
and
a
my mom did, and I
cool
just
$2 million to
laughed.
produce my movie,
Deal.
man. Don't worry, Chris, I got you. Oh, thanks, Desmond.
I'm from what is it? What is it? The North fucking Pole? What is that
What?
area up here? I believe that from the North Pole. I believe it.
I think that just might be a territory of Norway.
Polar bear. Our polar bear.
3% polar bear. What?
It's a lot of polar bear.
Isn't that the one that also tells you what percent Neanderthal you are?
Yes. Let's see.
You got 23andMe?
Yes, sir.
I have 23andMe. I'm trying to open my profile right now.
Bro, let's add each other. I wonder how related we are. I bet we're
We're
like.
both Jews. That works, man. You're part of the.
Bro, yeah.
We're the chosen people.
Where are you? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shit, man.
Ashkenazi. We're the ones that Hitler was not cool with.
What was it? L. Ron Hubbard was a black man.
That's the religion I want to be. I want to be like the black Israelite Scientologist.
Yeah, but rounding, I am 35% Spanish.
But why do we like this? Why do we like talking about our percentages of race and
It's cool,
stuff?
man. It's cool.
What
Like,
do you input on here?
What?
What do you input?
You spit in a tube and send it.
Really?
In.
Yeah.
it's expensive though.
15%
like
Native American,
$100.
20%
Do you have
Irish,
money?
20% Scottish. My parents have it.
Bro, you gotta get one, man.
You should. I
Then
guarantee you're not
It's fine.
Japanese.
They're
though.
5%
Yeah.
German, 5%.
I am
Gabe,
70.
Gabe, if I had to
British
say what
Like
you
most
were,
Irish.
I can definitively say you're not German.
And there's some Scandinavian.
I got mine up.
I am 18% sub-Saharan African.
Yeah, Desmond, go through your percentages. Go ahead.
All right, so
Egyptian.
74% British and Irish.
Whoa. So you're mostly white.
Yeah, mostly Irish. My mom's
I
like.
thought you were black. I thought you were like a half a black dude.
I am 18.5% sub-Saharan African.
Oh, so almost a fifth. Okay.
And tell us in the comments,
yeah,
is that enough for the N-word pass?
Yeah, you should fucking sure as hell it is, bro. Yeah, fucking is.
All right. So go. All right. So
He looks like a black guy, just with the skin and hair color and eye color of a white guy.
You know, I tan well. I tan.
No, you don't. You burn.
I tan well.
All right. So go to your percentage again. I'm sorry.
All right, so 74% British and Irish, 4.6% Scandinavian, 18% sub-Saharan African. That means West African, I'm 16.5%. Ghanaian, Liberian, fuck, and Sierra Leonean,
Dude, those were all the slaves were from.
6.2%.
Right? Isn't that where all the slaves were
How do you
from?
think you got here?
My ancestry was enslaved.
Yeah.
My ancestors
Holy
were
shit,
slaves.
bro.
Yeah.
You're from that coast.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Let me see mine.
Just waiting on those reparations, man. What was it? What it was like? What, a horse and 2 acres of land or
A
something?
mule and 2 acres or something.
A mule and 100 acres.
I want that. Yeah, you gotta. Hey,
Fucking wait.
write your congressman. I am.
That'd be kind of cool though. Like, what if I did? What if I wrote like the mayor of Oxnard and he's like, "Fuck it, man.
Fuck it,
We
dude.
can spare 100.
Here's your mule, man.
Yeah, we can spare it. That'd be fucking
So
badass.
I am 27% Eastern European.
Bro, you're literally all over the world.
I know.
Oh my
Bro,
god.
you're Ukrainian?
Bro, look at this. Look at this shit.
It's everywhere.
Oh
'cause-
shit, you're actually Native American.
Oh shit, they call you Mr. Worldwide.
yeah, Mr. Worldwide. No, so it's 77% Eastern Europe, 27% Eastern European, 23% Southern European, 22% Jew, 17% East Asian and indigenous. Like they wrote East Asian. I think Japanese people went to Ecuador. They found like ancient Asian pots in Ecuador or something. But yeah, 17%.
Or it could be like the Japanese
Dude,
envoy to Spain since you got
Bro.
that.
is 4% enough for the pass? That's a little low.
I'm sorry.
I'm
wish I could give it to
2.5% Nigerian.
I can't delegate the pass. I have the pass, but I can't delegate it.
You
So,
can't tell. I
unfortunately,
understand that. I understand that.
What's your low shit?
My low shit. I'm not very.
What's your
Asian.
trace ancestry? Indian.
Little Asian.
Asian.
thug.
North African. All right.
All over the place. It's
Yeah.
weird, right?
Gabe, you're just Peruvian Mexican.
Look up your Neanderthal.
22% Ashkenazi.
But what, I would love to see
0.8.
yours. What
I was meant to
percent
work
is,
in Hollywood.
Spanish, and what percent is
Dude, 4%. It's 4%
As
African, man.
white as you.
your grandma's as white as me?
Yeah.
So your
I
grandma's
have trace
majority
ancestry in
Spanish.
Chinese and Bengali, Northeast Indian. So interesting.
The thing is, growing up, I didn't really consider Spanish white because in my family, we have like our darker cousins
Bro, go-
who
go
like,
to
consider
your-
themselves full Spanish,
Go to your
but they
Right.
consider
The
themselves.
podcast is over. Thank you for listening to the podcast.
No.